Sure, are you in the driveway?
Hey guys, Archieluxury, recording from the fabulous Honda Civic. That's right, guys. This is my studio for today. Hey, Marcelo, how are you? Hello. Hello, Marcelo. Marcelo. Hey, Mike. Mike the Snake. Mike the Snake. Hello, Mike. Hello, Mike. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Can you hear me?
Arch.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I don't
I can
know
hear
what's
you
wrong
just
with my-
fine.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm broadcasting from my car today, okay?
Very cool. Very
This
cool.
is the Honda. I still love my Honda.
Nice.
Yeah, you know what? I love
Hey.
the BMW, but there's things about the Honda that I really do love.
Honda makes a great
Reliability.
car. Hey.
Reliability.
There you go. I love that. I love that trademark eyebrow with the kiss.
Hey, I got nice. Showcase. Hey, Showcase, how are you?
Hey guys, not bad yourself?
Hey, I'm broadcasting from the car because I had to take my son to a maths tutor this morning. The wife was doing night shift last night. So I said, hey, that's okay. I'm mobile. I can do it. Bondage and discipline, $10. It's Friday. We ain't got no jobs and we ain't got no shit to do. It's Friday night, live with the Pontiff. Thank you so much, Bondage and Discipline.
Is today Friday or Saturday?
Friday on my mind. Come on.
It's
Well-
actually Saturday in my country, but it's Friday in your country. We've got my good friend Fat Windbag Ben, £10. Fat Windbag Ben, we've missed you. We have
Maybe I
really
gotta
missed
change.
you.
Hold on.
Ooh,
Well,
plastic.
wait a minute. I got a new sloth calendar.
Look
let
at
me-
that.
let
And
me- I
Big
can-
Mac, Farmer Joe, for Blueberry Mike to hold the purple monster for the whole show.
It is Friday. Okay, I was looking at the wrong calendar.
Archie, do I take the plepsy in the water? Does someone want a super chat for me to swim with the plepsy in the
Jump in.
water?
Make sure that crown is
Did you want
screwed
to
in.
check?
Make sure the crown.
Do we want a super chat or not? We'll just do it for free.
No,
No,
we
just do it
don't
for
do
free.
nothing for free. Diego, since
Oh,
when
no,
were
I
you
was
the
just-
business
No,
manager?
no. I was
Take a
talking.
swim.
I was talking to someone else.
50 bucks. Big Meech really likes that
Monster.
My Pet Monster. Sure, man. 50 bucks for Archie. I'll for as long as I'm on the show, I will hold on to My Pet Monster. You got it. Hold on.
Yes. Hey, James, Showcase Watches.
Hello.
I love the car. Can I tell you that? I really love the car. I
Good. It's
really
beautiful.
love the car. And we've got Lord. Hello, Lord. How are you?
Good, Pontiff. How are you? You're driving.
Hey, no, I'm broadcasting. I had to take my son to a tutor today.
Lord.
So
Look what Lord's wearing, Archie.
I've Lord is wearing.
Coke.
What are you wearing? Oh,
wearing a
beautiful. I'm
Coke.
wearing the subby. I had to
Nice.
take him to. He gets a tutor.
Wearing
He
a-
sees a tutor.
Nice.
And
Is he doing-
Racing R. Here we go. Racing R, $10. And we got Bondage on. Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey,
Hey, man.
Bonded. How are you?
Good.
Hey, I'm fan. James, I got to tell you, I love the car. Where are
So
you
how-
at the moment in cars? You don't have the Mercedes anymore. You got the camper.
I've got the VW camper, yeah. And my wife's got the Volvo XC60.
Wait,
Ooh,
can
that's
you?
a
Oh, the
nice car.
XC60. That's a nice car, X. They're expensive.
Well, we got that on business contract hire, so we don't own it. We just we pay for it for 3 years, then hand it back and switch it out for another one. And it's just
What
like a
year?
rolling thing.
What year is the XC60?
It's 4 months old, so
So it's
2021.
got touch screen, everything, right?
Yeah. It's a
How
beautiful
is the
car.
Volvo? It's a lot of safety gear in that.
They're awesome.
Yeah, it's a beautiful car.
No, she's not.
Volvos are always known as like super safe.
I almost bought a
100.
Volvo, but everything was touchscreen, and I liked the knobs that the Audi still had back in 18. Otherwise, I would have got a Volvo.
Huh.
So, Arch, I've got to ask. So, you've been
Yes.
used to the BMW for the last week or so. How does it feel to get back in the Honda?
No, you don't understand. I only drive the BMW.
Okay. Weekend
Honda.
special.
Yeah, special occasions. And you know what? My dad got his Mercedes. I had a bit of a thing with my dad. He spent $3,500 servicing the Mercedes. I said, Dad, what the fuck are you doing? It's out of warranty. You got to go to a Mercedes independent. He did the brakes. He did all. I said, man, you don't go to the fucking Steelers.
What is that, Mike?
That's a
This-
special gremlin doll.
It's a My Pet Monster that Big Meech is absolutely in love with. I'm trying to set him up permanently so people can just view him. I think he's a bit better looking than me, so I'm thinking maybe I can adjust my camera
And
so
here
that
we go. We've got another super chat. Racing R. Showcase, in your view, what are the
No.
technical differences between Amiga and Rolex product-wise?
I would say in later times, I would say the movements I would put as ahead of Rolex. But having said that, Alex from Perpetual Time argued that Rolex was better to service, it was better movement. So obviously he's the professional, so I'll stand corrected on that. But I think product by product, I think the Amiga and the Rolex, I think the Rolex finishing's better, but I don't think it's better by the amount of money justification.
yeah.
So I'm not here to say that Amiga's better than Rolex. I'm just saying that for the price difference, I don't see the difference in cost between Rolex and Amiga.
Where are you? Are you collecting? Are you finished collecting? Where are you in the scheme of things, James?
Finding my way, I would say. I'm just debating what to do with my last Rolex. I sent Tim a message. I was debating what to do with my last Rolex. Whether I put it on chrono, I was going to sell it, and then I decided against.
What's your last Rolex?
not.
What's your last Rolex?
Explorer 2.
But what about that?
Black
you know how
dial.
you just? I want to backtrack. I'm sorry, I'm a bit lost. Remember, you replaced the Hulk.
I did.
Have you still got that replacement Hulk?
No.
Why made you sell that? Why?
Every time you look at it, I knew that it wasn't the one that I had, and it was just every time you looked at the watch, it just jogged your memory of the time when you had a watch taken off you. It never filled that gap.
Yeah. Believe me, I know that feeling, man.
The one Rolex I regret selling, I sold, and I stupidly sold, and I shouldn't have done, was the 114060 Submariner. That was the one that I sold that I shouldn't have sold. And that's why I'm sort of arguing myself whether or not to let the Explorer 2 go. The thing is, you can only wear one watch at once, and you get too many of the damn things, and then it actually becomes a stress and a headache deciding what watch to wear. I mean, it's first world problems, but you can get to the point where
get down.
You get to the point where you just think, what do I wear today? Do I wear this? Do I wear this? And do you know what I mean? If you get down to 4 or 5 watches,
why can't you keep the Explorer? I don't understand. Like, that's one. Just keep one Rolex, Tim. I mean, James, you don't need the money. You man. Why don't you?
Every man needs a Rolex.
It's actually the I've got it here.
It's beautiful.
It's a 42 mil
it's
black
beautiful.
dial. Why don't you just put that in the safe? Why don't you just put that into the safe?
I think that's what I'll probably end up doing with it.
James,
and we got the Wizard is on. The Wizard
James,
is on.
the Wizard. Hey,
James, you know what I do to thoroughly enjoy all of my watches is I wear them on a 2-week cycle. So right now I'm on my 2 weeks of wearing my sub, and in a week I'll switch over to my Pelagos and I'll wear it for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks I'm gonna switch over to my Speedmaster, and that way I'm constantly cycling through the watches that I have, and that way the number of watches I have doesn't matter. They're gonna get their 2 week.
I'll be back in a minute.
Mike is a smart man, James. Listen to Mikey.
Do you not think it's so frustrating?
No,
I love the whole romance.
It takes
around
out the
having
whole
one watch.
It takes out the whole process of what the hell am I gonna wear? You just wear the next thing. You put them in order, and you just wear. That way you don't have.
That
to
way
think about it.
I love them all equally.
You
I don't have a favorite.
Crazy otherwise.
I don't have a favorite. I fucking love them all, and I'm not selling any of them. Fucking every watch I buy, I'm keeping.
James, you're like 100 subscribers ahead of me. How the hell am I ever going to catch up? How are you doing it, man?
I know. I can smell that creed already. I can smell it.
Oh,
bastard! Guys, subscribe to Tim Wright YouTube channel. Help me beat Showcase.
Are you competing until London Watch Show?
No. So me and Tim. So Tim's YouTube channel has got 4,100 subscribers, and my YouTube channel's got 4,200 subscribers, and we're having a race to 5,000 subs. And whoever gets to 5,000 subscribers first gets a bottle of Creed. Small bottle.
Wait, Showcase, are we going to see you at the London Watch Show?
All been well. I'm hoping to.
Please.
Yeah, hoping to.
It was gonna come last time, but
I got the COVID.
Recovering, yeah.
Yeah, I got COVID, and then I was out of isolation. And the same day I came out of isolation, I went to meet Tim for a few drinks, and it ended up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And getting over COVID and then going for an all-night bender with Tim wasn't a good idea.
Drunk live stream, man.
Hi, Lord. By the way, hi, Lord. It's good to see you.
Hi, Lord. Any update on the dating? Any tips? How's it going? How's the dating going?
Oh, I'm the one receiving tips, as you know, Pontiff. But it's going really well since I've taken your advice. I've gone.
Has it helped?
on
No
dates.
bullshit. Has it helped? Yes or no?
Of course it did. You don't have confidence in yourself, Pontiff? Come
No,
on.
I'm just checking. I want to know, has it helped you in your life?
Of course. You have been helping me through my life since 2014, basically.
He is now the absolute ladies' man with your advice, Archie. He is now.
It's got that beard
the-
growing in too.
James,
Looking good.
James,
Archie,
Yeah.
give Lord
James,
a
can
bit
we
of
talk
time.
you
He'll
out
have
of
sex
selling
sales
that
and everything.
Rolex?
You guys can hear me at all?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you now,
James.
Marcelo.
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you,
we
Marcelo.
can hear you.
Can't hear
But
you,
there's
man.
nothing to
Okay.
say. You only speak if you've got
Oh.
something to say. James, let me ask you this. James, why don't you just keep the Rolex? Just put it in the safe, put it in the box. Oh, he's got the bullets. Wizard got the bullets. Are they delicious, Wizard?
You were so right, Archie. Right from Australia.
Never take food advice. Never take food advice from skinny people, Wizard.
That's right.
You know? Kenny McCormack, $10. Bondage is king. He has wisdom. You betcha. James, why don't you just... Why do you have this desire to get rid of all Rolex? I don't understand that.
Well, you actually advised me it. You told me to just be an Amiga man and go all Amiga. It's your fault, Arch. I blame it all on you. No, in all seriousness, the reason why I'm having a hard time with this one is because this is the... As you know, I'm not a suit and tie guy. I'm not a smart guy. I'm not a designer guy. You know, I buy cheap clothes. I'm not a designer guy. The Explorer 2 is the one Rolex in the catalogue. Apart from the Explorer 1, the 39mm Explorer, the Rolex Explorer 2 is the one that's not flashy. It's tool watch through and through. It's more me.
It's the non-Rolex Rolex.
Exactly. And I think that's the reason why I like this one the most. And this is actually, I had the Black Dial Explorer 2, if you remember, and I had the one with the floating hands. When the new model came out, I got the new model. So I sold the one with the floating hands when it hyped, and then I got the brand new one for the same price.
Tell me this, James. Do you miss your SLK?
No, again, I like my camper. I've got my family. You know, on weekends we take the camper out, we set it up, we just have a good time.
Don't you miss going to a restaurant with your wife in the SLK?
I just miss going out to a restaurant. We've got a 4-year-old and an 8-month-old, so getting out to restaurants is a thing of the past.
Okay.
A few years, in a few years' time, I might get another toy. But the SLK was quite. When I've got kids, the SLK became quite a selfish car. That it was just, me on my own. It was never me and my wife because she was always with the kids, and that's why I got the. That's why I got the camper, because it was something we can do as a family.
You know, BMW, they're going to drop... Yeah, Musello, you got to mute yourself, man. That's just rude.
Damn.
I got to tell you, did you ever think that... James, did you ever think that you would just be a camper man? No sports car?
Never. I've always
no
all
minis?
my life.
Have you got a mini? Have you got a mini?
I've got the little mini pickup.
Okay.
But I use that for work. I have that all liveried up, all sign written up for my work. We use that as a promotional vehicle, and we take it to different shops. So I've got a few different retail outlets. So we take it to each area and we park it outside, all liveried up with the logo and stuff. So it does it. We had a good year at work, so I thought I'll put some money into that because I knew it was an appreciating asset. So it's not needed, but we have it. But all my life, well, from the age of 21 upwards, I've always had a nice car, and it's only been this last couple of years that the SLK was probably the last nice car I had.
Yeah, you still got the Volvo's still expensive. That's not a cheap car.
It's a beautiful car, but like I say, we don't own that. That's on
but if you don't earn the money, they won't give you the lease agreement, will they?
No, but again, we get it. It's like a wife's company car. She gets it through work. because my wife works in the business with me, so we just get it. We just get it for her.
Okay, Thomas Burdett, £4.50. James, the 3-part flat link bracelet of the Trilogy 57 range is perfect. The Railmaster is my favorite, but the clasp is a bit big for it. What do you think, James?
I agree. So the bracelet on that watch is 19 millimeters at the lugs, and it doesn't. It has 0 taper, so it's the same at the lugs as it is at the bracelet, and it is quite it is quite a chunky bracelet. The flat link bracelet that comes on the Ed White, that is a beautiful bracelet. But unfortunately, obviously, it's a different size. But yes, the Trilogy got everything right apart from the bracelet and the clasp. They should have had a little bit of taper, and they should have had a smaller clasp.
How many watches do you have
was
now,
a little
James?
too much.
So I'm down to my Explorer 2, my Speedmaster Ed White, Speedmaster Professional 1861, Speedmaster 3861, Amiga Seamaster Professional, Amiga Seamaster 300. So what's that? 7. I'd like to get it down 6. I'd like to get it down to 3 or 4.
Fuck! And we got the Night Watchman. How are you, Night Watchman?
You're
muted. He's muted. You're muted, Night Watchman.
How you doing, Archie? Sorry about that. Good to be on your show, Pontiff. Just I'd love to come and love the car. Nice car. Awesome car.
Oh, thank you there so much. Ryan Vlogs Live, $2. Arch, please introduce our friend Night Watchman. Yes, Night Watchman. So where are you from, Night Watchman?
I'm in London at the moment, braving the storms, which haven't hit us too badly, but loads of stuff flying all over the place.
And what watches do you have? What do you have? What do you have?
I have a mix of Rolex, Omega, and Tudor. So I've got. I'm wearing a Yachtmaster. I'll show you actually. Yachtmaster 42-tone blue dial.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
With the blue, yeah. I've got Batman. I've got the no date sub 114060, 39mm Explorer 1. I've got the Omega Great White Speedmaster triple date, or the day date they called it before. Tudor Black Bay 58, and a Breitling Colt. I know that's not your favorite one, so I won't go on about that too much.
And we got Bondage and Discipline. What's happening with you, man? Tell us what's happening. You're muted.
No, everything's great. No, everything's.
How's Blondie? Great. What's happened to Blondie now? Give us an update.
Well, we don't really need to talk about her. I mean, like, listen, we haven't been a thing for a while. I know you guys think we set that up, but we haven't been a thing for a long time. So,
are you seeing someone else?
No, not yet. You have to recover from that for a while, Archie. You have to be smart.
Sure. Since Windows 98, 95, you've been able to do more than one date at a time, right? You got a multi-date, multitask.
I'm not up to Lord's level yet, so.
Yeah.
Hey,
I am wearing Rolex tonight, though. I did put the rollies on for you, so.
Hey, that's fantastic.
Bondage. I just
heard a rumor you may have done something today, Bondage.
Right. Tell us about your dumb purchase that you were talking
No. I mean, people need to super chat for that, I think. They got to give Archie money for that.
Yes, exactly. It's very slow lately.
Yeah.
And I also have an unboxing to do that's not the code.
Yeah.
So if anyone is generous enough, we can do that.
Yeah, I want to see that.
On the stream.
By the way, Lord, though, I do salute that you're the only other person drinking on this stream live. So, although I understand it is morning time. Okay, all right. Diego, where do you live? Or do you don't want to? I don't want to dox you live, but
East Coast.
East Coast. Yeah.
You don't want to dox Diego? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't want to dox Diego.
It's already happened.
Hey, Blondie's already in London. She's available.
That can only happen once, Bond.
I'm not available, or else maybe. Yeah.
I'm just here to make
Yeah.
sure we have drinks in
No,
London, and then to get Archie to the West Coast. So
Hey,
That'd be
Bondage.
fantastic.
Bondage, I saw the video with your son coming on the stream. I just wanted to say it's real nice to see younger people getting into the hobby, and I think it's really cool how you're sharing the hobby with your son. I think that's really cool. I hope.
yeah, no, I mean I try my best. He's an excellent young lad, and even though I took some crap for giving Blondie some Rolexes while he has a Breitling, he's only 16 years old. He has to work up to that. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely agree. No, I thought it was very nice to see.
That's the thing. The other thing is too, James, he wants to get into the trades. There's nothing wrong with getting into the trades. James is somebody who didn't go to university yourself. You've done very well in the trades, haven't you, James?
I know guys over here that are in trade and they're doing £1,000 to £1,500 a week in the trade.
Shite.
They're making some serious money.
No, for sure. I mean, you
$2,500 a week.
You can go waste $100,000 to get a degree, and listen, if it's what you want to do, I don't judge you. But as far as return on investments, you can waste tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars on a degree that doesn't return anything, or you can go be a plumber or electrician and make easily, especially these days, huge money. Fleecing people like me. So
well, there's one thing.
That's right.
One thing.
Yeah.
There's one thing. If I know guys who work, they've got high pressure jobs. They get paid well, but they're in high pressure jobs. They suffer with stress. They take medication for anxiety. They take medication for depression. They're on multiple medications for this high pressure life. But then I know people who earn more in trade, who yes, they go home at the end of the day physically tired, but they have a nice, happy existence. They enjoy the job. They have a great bunch of mates. They get on really well, and they don't have to take any meds to live their life. They're just happy guys. So I completely support people going into trade. 100%.
That's right. I do too.
I used to manage my first job with my company was like a project manager, and I was making $48,000 a year, and I was on the job site and I was handing out checks. And one of the guys opened up his check, and he was like, "Whoo, this is a good one." And I looked at it, and it was like $1,800. And I was like, "Is that for 2 weeks?" He's like, "No, this week, and I get per diem every day." I was like, "Wow!" And this was just a guy that welded steel pipe. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, it's fantastic what's happened, because in the old days, the labouring jobs didn't pay well at all. Everyone wanted to go white collar, but it's amazing how the world has changed. It's really, really changed.
You look at how many people in trade own second or third properties because they're in the trade. They know the people to do properties. They know the people to build, to whatever. They know the ins and outs. They can do all the work themselves. And I know a few people that they're not educated. They've not had any high school education, particularly. They've not done university. They're just down to earth guys earning a living with their hands. But they've got properties. They've got money. They've got happy family. They've got it made.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There is, of course, a lot of people there who aren't doing so well. You can life can be difficult. Life can still be very difficult if you take a wrong course. And
100%, yeah.
Like England particularly used to have a huge manufacturing base that doesn't exist anymore. Like
no,
you used to have cars. You used to make cars in England. Can you believe that?
We had cars,
British
steel,
Leyland, Triumph.
Yeah.
You had Rover. You had so many big. So many brands. MG sold now, but so many brands you had there that don't exist now.
Well, yeah, because MG, Rover, all that went to BMW, so that all became German.
BMW sold it for $1. They couldn't make any money out of it. It was a disaster. That was an absolute disaster.
I think did that go to India?
Yeah, Tata Group owns Jaguar.
Yeah.
And same as
it went to the US first, and then it went to India after that. Yeah, I think General
I gotta
Motors.
tell you guys, the whole trade thing. I tried doing door painting trade, but that didn't go so well.
You got to know what you're doing. You can't just.
Yeah.
You got to know what you're doing. It's not just
Trade's
get a
also not
paint.
for everyone. Yeah. It has to be the right fit. I think what you have to do is what you
So what exactly do you do then? What exactly do you do? You got a $50,000 psych degree, which you think you're smarter than everyone else.
Yeah.
You basically just weasel your way out of this industry.
Yeah.
Is that a proud thing to be? You're basically a weasel.
Tim's an
It's perfect for
entertainer.
YouTube. It's perfect for YouTube.
An entertainer.
I wanted to do YouTube for 10 years.
Which one is harder, painting doors or YouTube?
Painting doors.
It depends if. Here we go. Kenny McCormack. Bondage's mistakes are still awesome.
Let's see that. Bondage. Let's see your mistake.
You did. You already did. You saw it over a couple of Archie live streams.
We've had to remove the video. We've had to remove the video because of certain reasons.
Yes, I understand. I agree.
So just be careful about what we talk about her because she's very vengeful.
No, I don't think we should talk about her. Yeah, that will be my advice.
Nothing scarier than women's vengeance or something. What's the expression?
Hell hath no fury.
Hath no fury.
Like a woman scorned.
Yeah, like a woman
That is absolutely true. Yeah.
So, Tim, you were thinking about moving out of New York, like into a low-cost state. What's happened there?
Yeah. I'm thinking I got a few more projects. I got 3 years. Arch, 3 years. I give New York 3 more years, and then I'm out of here. I don't want to stay. I don't want to be here. I want to get out. I want to get out of city, move into small town, countryside, do YouTube, and just have quiet existence. That's it.
What about Tokyo? Why you don't come to Tokyo?
He's married. His wife's from Korea.
Yeah, maybe I'll move to Korea.
And Japan is still closed. Japan has closed. They don't let tourists in now.
I don't think Japan is any better than New York. It's city. It's more complicated even with more people.
Have you been to Tokyo?
No, but I want to go. Marcelo, I want to go. I want some of your
I like this.
meat.
Hey.
Okay.
Just slow down a bit there. You can't really comment on it if you've never been there.
I mean, I've seen anime.
You've seen what?
Anime.
Just because you got a $50,000 psych degree doesn't give you the answers to life.
Sure, but I've seen some of Marcelo live streams from the streets. I've seen how it is.
What? Tim, now listen to Archie.
Isn't it just like the intro? That's how Tokyo
is, right?
But I do want to visit.
All you have to know is that Germany is the Japan of Europe, and Japan is the Germany of Asia, and you have to take out a loan to eat a steak in Tokyo.
Damn.
Yeah, Marcelo
said he charges like 3 times what it cost him to make it.
Yeah, but the problem is, in Tokyo, you don't have steak. When in Rome, do as the Romans. You eat noodles. Noodles are very cheap. There's a lot of...
I love noodles.
Japan hasn't had inflation for the last 30 years. Things have been very stagnant. So Japan's excellent value. I love Japan. But, hey, let's have a look there. Who else have we got on the stream here? I got to tell you, Wizard. How's my wizard going there?
My mother says hello, Wizard.
Wizard. Your microphone? Oh, he's away. Are you on the stream?
What's happened to Shrew? Hey, Wizard,
I had noodles with Drew.
What's going on there?
BMW winter rims, finally.
Oh, that's great.
But I can't put them on because it's a 3-day weekend here. It's a family day, which is President's Day in the States, so I got to wait till Tuesday.
How is Mrs. Wizard? Is she okay now?
Ms. Wizard is good. She's good.
I always liked her,
Yeah, she's a nice lady. Just as long as she doesn't mention the word marriage or wedding, we're good.
Well, why would you get married if you're not going to have children?
Hell no, never. She's got 3 from the past. I got 1. I don't want to get married.
It's enough. It's how's your son going, by the way, Wizard? Is he okay?
He's good. Well, he graduated his master's. Pops spent his last money and got him a 15,500, so he's good.
Wow, you got him a 15500.
Yeah, he wanted the gray dial. He
How much
wanted
was
black
that?
or gray. I found the gray. I couldn't get it, but I got it
How much
direct
was
from
that?
AP.
How much
What?
was that? You got it at retail.
26,000 plus tax.
And we
I
got
got
Wizards.
it from AP from the boutique.
Blow, come on, Wizards. That's
No, I don't use that. I use your sister and then your mom if I'm tired. If I'm not tired, so it's okay. I don't need the doll anymore. I threw it out.
I gotta tell you, man, Wizard, what's happening in Canada? Is it a great time of year?
We just had a snowstorm all night until 10 a.m. So we had about 43 centimeters of snow.
Here we go, Thomas Burdett. We got a question here. £1.80. £1.80. James, Ed White 321. Better investment than Rolex. Good question. What do you reckon?
I would say
James?
no.
No,
I would say no.
I think it should be, but it isn't.
Well, no, it's not. If it should be because of historical value, okay, but it'll never be like Rolex, guys. Everybody
I
knows
agree.
that.
I agree.
But if you're a true Speedmaster fan, then you got to get it, I guess, for your collection. But good luck trying to get one.
The irony is that the Ed White 321 is far harder to get than most Rolex.
Yes, that's true. Then most Rolex, you're right.
We all know how hard Rolex is to get, but the 321 Ed White is harder to get.
The only harder Omega would be the Silver Snoopy.
Oh, that's impossible to get.
Yeah, they played that game, and Omega's got problems with manufacturing, and that's why it hasn't been given out other than very few pieces.
Tell me, Wizard, do you justify the 80 grand for OP Tiffany dial?
The OP Tiffany, what? 40 grand? No, not they.
80,
by the way,
80.
guys, they've
No,
softened
80.
business to business, B2B. Now they're between 32 and 35. The $40,000 and $38,000 price have disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But again, you're talking about a $6,000 watch that goes for 40.
Mm.
What do you
Yeah,
want
that's
me to
still
tell
really high. That's still really high for what it is, right?
What?
It's ridiculous. It's
insane,
ridiculous.
man.
Really high for what it is.
It's insane.
It's ridiculous.
I know a guy who traded a Tiffany and a yellow mustard and a couple of bucks, about 10 grand, and he got a meteorite dial Pepsi. Picture that one. That dealer better have flipped him that day and made his profit, or else he's fiked at this moment. Well, how about the Daytona, boys? It's up to fucking 185,000, and with diamonds, $250,000. What do you say about that shit?
Speaking of dealers, how's Tim going in the watch selling business? What's going on, Tim?
How you doing there, Timmy? Still living on ramen, or you eating filet mignon, surfing
ramen
turkey
for life?
stuff?
You know what? I'm happy with ramen. Ramen for life, guys. Ramen life for life.
What's that? Oh, you're showing us that shitter Accutron again?
The Accutron, guys. 3,000.
Has anybody offered you more than $500-600 for that?
500, 600? Damn.
No, 1,000.
Anything.
Here we go. We got Juice
Good question.
$2. James, Black Bay 58 or Seamaster 300, James?
Seamaster 3, meaning the new Seamaster 300, the Heritage, 100% the Seamaster 300. I wasn't a big fan of the Black Bay 58. I think I get it that the proportions are absolutely spot on, but I just don't think it's. I never understood why it was a hyped watch when it came out. It's just not my. I love Tudor. I just not that particular one. It just felt a bit. It felt a bit plain. Whereas the Seamaster 300 Heritage, it's just full of character. Beautiful watch.
And what do you think about the different materials of the 58 that they did? The bronze, the silver, and the gold one.
I've seen the one that I've actually seen. I've seen the silver one. I've tried that one on. I wasn't a fan, but the one that I absolutely love is the gold with the green dial, the Black Bay 58 with the gold and green dial. That thing in person is absolutely stunning. That dial coloring is nicer than what Rolex is putting on the Cermet. It's absolutely beautiful.
18K.
James, do you think that's overpriced though? Yeah, do you think that's overpriced for?
Yeah.
Tudor, yeah.
I think considering that when Hans Wilsdorf set up Tudor, it was supposed to be the affordable Rolex, and now they're bringing. I just hope that Tudor don't lose their way from what it was originally set out to be. It was supposed to be a it was supposed to be the working man's Rolex, the affordable watch, but they keep on bringing out these occasional watches that just hit really high prices, and I don't know. I just hope that Tudor don't lose their way in years to come. When you think though that in the last 12 years, was it 12 years ago, the Black Bay line was launched? Tudor got a sort of revamp about 10, 12 years ago. You think of the leaps and bounds that Tudor have come on in the last 10 years. So where will they be in another 10 years? I think Tudor's got massive potential.
When you go to Rolex and there is no Rolex to buy, so Tudor became the Rolex of today. No.
I think what will happen is I think Amiga will be what Rolex is. I think Amiga will be the go-to brand for people who can't get Rolex. But then after that, I think it'll be a toss-up between Breitling or Tudor. And I personally, I'd put Tudor above Breitling. So
yeah,
I think the next 10 years is going to be interesting for Tudor.
You put Tudor above Breitling. You put Tudor above Breitling.
Yeah, James, why?
Oh,
no. I agree with James about not Tudor, man. Omega, IWC, Breitling is for the ones that don't want to spend that much and want a little more flash. But Tudor, I apologize. I can't see people investing in a Tudor.
The thing with Tudor is people are already on wait lists for their watches. People are already
Why?
But
why, James? Because they can't get a Rolex.
Yeah, but so we saw the hype over the GMT, which has now settled. We saw the hype over the Black Bay 58. We're now seeing it with the Panda. We're seeing it with other lines of the Tudor watches. So if a brand is able to create wait lists after only 10 years have been revamped, I think Tudor have a lot of potential moving forward.
Potentially, yeah.
Here we go. Solas, £5. I've never found Amiga quality to be near Rolex. I like James, but quality of Amiga is not there.
I think it's each to their own. I get that there's certain tolerances that Rolex concentrate far more on their tolerances than what Amiga do.
Yeah, like James, for example, the seconds hand doesn't really align, right? I think we know that issue. Also, the hair, it pinches the hair. The bracelet pinches the hair.
Yeah, but
it's got all kinds of little irrelevant, like insignificant issues. It's got all, but it has a lot of these insignificant issues that Rolex seems to.
No. You guys really want to know what is the problem with Omega? I'm going to tell you exactly what is the problem with Omega.
What is it?
The problem is
blow our mind. The what?
This is the problem. Swatch. That's all.
Yeah.
Rolex still we're considering are independent in a way because they are their own group, and the same thing you have Patek that also we're considering separate, and I think also AP in a way. Omega is in a group. Omega have the same problem with IWC, with Tag Heuer, with Blopan and Brigge and Lange, and they are all groups. This is the problem. Some watches will go up in value, but never like a super up in value like the other three brands that I mentioned, because they are in groups. That's all.
I agree. I think Marcelo's back. I think Marcelo's absolutely right. I think the biggest problem, Amiga's biggest problem, is Swatch Group.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and their incessant need for money.
But in terms of the Speedmaster, Tim, I think with the Speedmaster fans get the Speedmaster. They love it for. There's that saying, "You love something, warts and all." The Speedmaster is the Speedmaster. It's not an accurate. Well, if you get anything before the 3861, so the 3861 is METAS, obviously, so it's regulated. But if you look at the 1861, the 861, the 321, none of them are accurate watches. They're hand wound. They've.
Here we go. We got another super chat. HBH, $5. The Amiga logo on my Aquaterra buckle fell off after 5 months. The boutique refused to fix it and wanted $250. I agree. No more switch brands. Well, you can have problems. You can have bad stories with any brand. I don't know whether that's
true.
Really,
that's crazy.
I mean, let's be honest. They probably said that this was not a manufacturing fault. You've done something. That's what they said. And it's. I don't know if that Rolex. would say the same thing. Uncle Jonga, £1.80. Panda pushing 60,000. Can you see it hitting 100? Who knows? No idea.
Well, isn't this year the anniversary for the Panda, Archie, or is it next year? Well, anniversary of the Daytona, should I say?
Next year.
Next year.
Next year.
I could certainly see it hitting 100. There's a few Pateks that last year were 100, now they're 200.
No,
so it's definitely possible.
It's possible the Panda will get up there. I mean, look at the 15500 Audemars Piguet.
Yeah, well, that's insane also, though.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's all insane, but it happens to other watches.
Yeah.
So certainly can go from 60 to 100.
Here's an interesting question.
Does it really matter if it's going to hit 100? We're not investors. We buy watches for the love. I hate people who do things solely for money, and that's why I'm a little bit cheesed off with James. He wants to sell it because he doesn't think it's too valuable. Don't worry about the money. Just don't keep looking at the prices. I don't understand this.
No. It's not that worries me. It's not that worries me, Arch. A big part of it is it's getting to the point where would you dare walk the streets of a busy city with these watches on?
I never had a problem in the past. Pavel, $10, collected the IWC Pilot Chrono 41 green dial today. Action on the chrono feels great. Micro adjustment bracelet is slick, and the hands align.
That's a sweet watch.
Yeah, that is.
IWC's always been toxic, but IWC's been a very toxic brand. What do you think, Wizard? Toxic or not?
I mean, look, I like the brand, right? And I have Engineer, the one that they did with AMG collab. I also have a Portugueser. I have a Perpetual. And now I'm dying to get the big Pilot, the 47 mil, but no AD so far has given me better than 15% off, and I want to get at least 22.5 to 25. Toxic, I don't know. You know what? It doesn't hold the weight of a Rolex, let's say. But again, buy what you like first, man. If you got to differentiate. Are you a collector or an investor? Because a lot of people like to play the double game across the lines. If you're an investor, then fucking only buy the hypes at AD prices. If you're a collector, it doesn't matter what you pay for it.
Can you be
I'm
both?
a dealer, but I'm a collector first for myself.
Can you be both?
No, you can't. Because you'll always be sacrificing one for the other. You'll only buy. How can you be both if everybody's looking at price? Most people just want to buy Rolex because of the hype.
Wizard speaks for everybody.
No, I'm speaking for myself and many of my clients. It's either one or the other. You can't be both, man. Hey, Roman tells you it's not an investment. You bought it from the AD. Okay, you made an investment, but not all watches are like that.
Ronnie Paul, $5. The name International Watch Company is not stimulating. They've been going for a long time.
Schaffhausen. There you go. So what?
See, IWC, the big problem I see is that they had to go into bed with Salida. That's not a great thing.
Well,
Swatch Group fucked that up. You know, Swatch Group has got a lot to answer for. I got to tell you, Wizard, I think the IWC. Oh, who's got the fucking echo on? Stop that. I got to tell you, one thing about IWC, I reckon they got the best boutiques. They got that it looks like a men's club, doesn't it? You've seen them?
It does.
They look fucking amazing.
It's very warm and inviting.
What do you think the best?
To come in.
Like Patek is very traditional. Patek is like classy. Rolex is it's like a Mercedes showroom. But I think my favorite brand for a showroom would be Breitling. I love the Breitling showroom, but I'd say IWC and Breitling, very, very well done. Very well done.
It's very eloquent.
Exactly. It's probably the best. Cartier's traditional. Cartier's very classy.
Very posh.
Expect. Solas, €5. I think IWC is a few levels above Omega for quality. No. Jeez. I don't know about that. Rolex has, by type, Rolex has hype, but the quality is way higher than Omega. I think IWC. There's different levels of IWC.
Yes,
See,
there
they've
is.
got, but their perpetual calendar that just uses the 7750 movement, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does. The Valjoux.
Yeah, so it's
Well,
not really.
Don't forget, Rolex Daytona Cosmograph used to use a Valjoux 72, then a
727.
72B,
Yeah, 72. That's
and
right.
then a
You're right.
7750, and then they went to the El Primero, right? So history, that's a workhorse. That movement's been around forever.
And we've got Michael S. $5. I buy Rolex first because my money is safe. Well, it's only
Then
safe
you're-
if you're buying it at retail. If you're
That's
paying
right.
high prices, it's no longer.
That's
I
right.
don't think you could say that, can you?
Only at full list price can you say that.
But Arch, if we're talking about quality, if you get hold of a nice Grand Seiko and you get it under the if you get it under the lens, you get it under the macro lens, and you start looking at the level of finishing on a Grand Seiko,
It's amazing.
it is. It's an absolutely incredible watch, and they're half the price of a Rolex.
Yeah.
And you look
No,
at the
they're
level.
not. On the secondary market, you mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. This is talking about this is talking about achievable Rolexes. So if you went on Chrono 24 or David SW or wherever, you look at the price of a Submariner, and then you look at the price of something like, I don't know, like a Snowflake Grand Seiko, and you look at the levels of finishing on each watch, and look at the price difference. I think I love Grand Seiko. I've only ever owned one, but the one that I had was beautiful.
Grand Seikos are considerably less expensive overall.
I like that reissue. You know, they did that special reissue with the blue dials, the greeny blue dials, but they're fucking limited editions. All the good shit they do.
Yeah, those were beautiful.
Remember
those
the
are
Peacock?
amazing.
I like the Peacock GMT. That's how, you can't get that. I don't understand. Be honest with you, but I got to say this to you: you don't have a Grand Seiko anymore, James. I thought you still had that. What happened?
No. I sold that one on Chrono 24. That's gone.
Why? Hey, James, you've been selling stuff on Chrono. How much does it cost to sell on Chrono 24 as an individual?
6%.
Yeah, I was going to say. But I heard in the States, though, don't you have to pay? Doesn't the buyer have to pay something as well?
So I had to pay sales tax on my Reverso, but what I learned was you pay sales tax for where it's being shipped to.
That's right.
So,
to the
so
state
I live
that
in
it goes to.
I live in a 9% sales tax place, but my office is 7%. So I said, well, I'm going to have it shipped to my office instead, and it was 7%.
Wow.
There we go, Mr. Tudor.
Yeah.
Mr. Tudor, to you, $5. Agreed, Arch. Buy what you like, love, and enjoy. Let these dealers circle jerk each other, just like real estate agents when the market is hot. I got to tell you, you know what? Real estate agents, car salesmen, and boat dealers, I really kind of despise. They don't even buy their own stock. They act as commission agents. Yeah. I've got to be totally honest with you. When I see people like Buff Boy, fuck, I hate this industry, Wizard. When I you know what makes me more sick than Buff Boy is the way that fucking Tim licks his asshole out. Man, you make me sick, Tim. I'm sorry to say this.
Can we see your tongue, Tim? Tim, show your tongue.
Show your tongue.
I don't understand
little
you,
brown,
Tim.
little brown.
Got that Hershey
do that? Why would you do that, Tim?
What did I do? I fisted
Why do you want to
him.
be best of friends with him?
I didn't say.
Oh my God.
What
He was
did
a
I say?
decent
I wanna
human
be
being.
best of friends.
Tim was polite, didn't talk shit, and yeah.
But you should have asked him hard questions. Why did you do that douchebag stunt? Are you a marketing genius? Why don't you just pester him? That's what.
Ron the Shrink, you're mistaking my girlfriend for your
to
mama.
London. Let me tell you this, little shits. Let me tell you this now. Don't think I'm going to London. I'm going to drink the fucking Kool-Aid with you fuckwits. I don't even want to hang around you fucking losers in London. I'm going to I want to meet the fans. I don't want to meet these fucking wankers.
Yeah,
you
me and
know,
Archie
I don't
want to
meet
bars
these wankers
without you guys.
You don't want to sing
go
Kumbaya, Arch. You don't want to sing Kumbaya.
I tell you this now. I'm not even wasting any time with any of those fuckwits. Okay, I'm going to do my own thing with my own fans.
Arch, you don't want to get together
Archie, are you
on the
calling me a
stage
wanker?
and sing Kumbaya?
I'm talking about the dealers. I don't want to hang around like Buff Boy I want to hang out with fans, man, like you.
Well,
bondage and discipline. I want to hang out with you, man.
We're definitely going to hang out. But you know, I
don't want to hang out with the dealers, the stupid dealers. I don't want to hang out with them.
I don't want to hang out with them either. But
Archie, all the fans are going to flock around you. Once you're there, I think you're going to be one of the main events there because I'm sure you're just going to attract a lot of the crowds.
Well, we'll just see how it goes. But you know what? I don't want to hang around Buff Boy. I don't want to hold his fucking camera. You know, when he's going to the toilet. You know what I mean? Get fucked.
Hold his dick in the toilets.
You know,
Archie, I'll hold your camera when we're there.
Can we do a scenario like? Can we role play here for a second, Archie? I'll be Buff Boy. Hey, Archie, good to see you, man. How's it going?
What you got to do is start
Fuck you, Diego.
Hey,
I would start asking him.
What were you thinking?
I'd start throwing that marketing genius shit at him. That's what I would do.
Well, Archie, I'm just trying to get people into the industry, man. Don't hate.
What were you thinking when you bought that round table, Diego? I told you get the square one.
And I would say, has anyone been stupid enough to pay you for your crappy courses?
Well, it's not crappy. A lot of my clients are very successful. A lot of my clients are very successful.
He's not going to. He's not going to London.
He's going on one of those robots with an iPad with just his FaceTime. He's
still on probation, so he can't go. But he might come for the Brighton Watch show. Ronnie Paul super chat.
Ronnie Paul, $5. Tim wants an invite to Anthony's new $125,000 a month apartment. Who's got $125,000 a month apartment?
The Buff Boy.
You joking?
Yeah.
Why
not
rent?
Get some of that free cake and get involved in the Sills and Dills. What the hell?
What is Sills and Dills?
125 a month. He doesn't own it. I don't understand.
I don't know if that is possible.
No,
Archie,
possible? No, in Dallas that's impossible. In Dallas that's impossible.
No, in LA though, I think it's in LA, but it's still.
It's in
125,000.
You've got to be joking, aren't you? How much money does he make?
Apparently,
and if you were making that money, wouldn't you buy something? I don't understand.
I mean, you can buy
Archie, you're right.
A serious paddock with that.
What's 125 times 12 times 30?
It's a grand complication. That's what that is, Diego. And what did I tell you about that table? Get the.
Hey, man. It breaks the lines, Tim.
Breaking the lines.
It breaks
Here we go. MCM, $5.
Yes.
Cheers to the guy with the smart son and dumb blonde. Your heart will mend, buddy. Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
1.5 million US dollars a year rent.
That's 45,000.
No, there's
I think
he has an apartment that's 125.
I think that guy's in the practice of using other people's money is what I think.
Well, he's got an investor, right? So
yeah.
But why would you waste that money? That's not a deduction.
He gets into trouble, and then some disaster happens, and suddenly he's off the hook for $1.5 million, or he disappeared for 2 weeks.
You know those houses in the Hollywood Hills? Would they be that expensive to rent?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those
are $42 million houses.
So is this an apartment he's going to live in, or he's going to work out of? Like
he's going to work out of it. It's a work apartment. He's not buying this. This is for. It's for inviting Blondie and Mr. Bondage.
Tim, where is this? Is it like Manhattan Beach, Redondo Beach? Where is he doing this?
It's next door to Cars and Chrono. That's for sure. It's like right there.
$375,000 US for the Arabic dial brand new platinum Daytona.
Sold. Sold. Send me a label. It's fine.
Send the wire first.
No, we've done business before. We're good.
That's just crazy.
But Diego, I think this is more your style.
We think when
you are the Tiger.
Wow.
Full bracelet, center links.
No,
No, that's not
want
Diego
someone
style.
So did you buy the tickets?
I thought that's Diego style.
No, I like pink.
It might be Diego style.
Here we go. Primitive Gentleman, $2. Mr. Anthony lives hand to mouth just like me, boys.
Yes, he does. Yeah,
No, I'm buying the ticket next week. I'm buying my ticket next week.
So
Let me
I
know,
gotta
Archie.
shoot
I
off,
told you
guys.
I'll pay half of it. I'll pay half of it, like I promised you.
Guys, I gotta take my son home now. I'll be home in 15 minutes. I'm gonna turn the laptop off.
Bye, Archie.
I'll be back on as soon as I get home.
All right, see
All
you soon,
right.
Archie.
Hey,
care,
catch you later, Archie.
Hey, all
So who's
right.
running the show? The
I'm running the show.
Timster?
So,
Timmy,
You're gonna steal the leads, Timmy.
The
You're stealing the
leads, guys.
leads.
Drop the link to Lord's new channel. Here we go. Everybody, grab all the leads you can have. It's a free for all, everybody.
Someone does need a super chat though for Lord's unboxing because I've been wondering what he got. What's the amount? What's the amount? $20?
$10.
What is
We'll do it for 10. Archie's
for
not
the super
here.
chat. So if for 15, I will do the new unboxing. For 25, I will also show the full set I got for this one for the Coke.
Racing R,
that name, the Yayo.
$10. Not nice, Tim. Wizard, what are the differences between Valju 72 and Omega 321 movements? Good question.
I still pick the 72 to the Amiga. Oh, the old Valju, the one that was in the original Cosmograph.
Yeah.
Well, they were great, but they're not as good as they are today. The 7750 is far more superior. The 321 is a superior movement, but again, based on an old style, an old model. Listen, guys, I don't know. I like Omega. I don't love them, but I like it. I love Breitling, but that's just me.
What do you think of that Breitling 765 Wizard? The reissue, I guess. It's like
the reissue.
It's like that vintage
chrono.
Yeah, I tried it on. I was surprised it fit me. I love that watch.
Yeah.
What do we got there?
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
What Breitling should be
the
doing.
Breitling.
Yeah.
Breitling, nice.
Breitling.
I love the pistachio. I love the salmon dog, but they're small. Damn, I wish they were a little bigger.
Just lose a little weight, Wizard.
You know, my wrist got smaller by 1/4 of an inch.
How did that happen?
Just losing a little bit of weight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's normal. The same with your shoe size, probably, your foot.
That's a good thing. Actually, Wizard, I got a question for you. The bimetal Daytonas have always been undesirable, but on the grey market, they're going up and up and up. Do you know why?
You're talking about the two-tone?
Yeah, the two-tone.
It's starting to go up.
They're going crazy. Is there a reason for that you know?
No, because they become they're more available in the second market.
I think I don't want to spend 50 grand on a Daytona, but I still want a Daytona. And the sellers recognize that.
Gold.
And they just
I'm watching them, and like Diego, it's like
they
one
were
week
always the lowest.
I'll see one come in for say 18,000, and then literally the week later it's 19,000, and then the week after, 2 weeks after 20. It's
all the
literally
dealers are doing
back.
that. The dealers that have their same listing that hasn't sold every fucking week, it goes up like almost $1,000.
Okay,
Maybe
so it's
not
unsellable stuff.
But
yeah,
at this point, it's not even worth selling stuff because things just keep going
even,
up in price.
Even champagne dial is going up. Maybe the white and the black I'd understand, but the champagne dial is going through.
Which used to be the slowest seller.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I thought there may be some reason for it apart from
the champagne and the silver dial. They're the ugliest colored dials on those watches.
Yeah,
I think there's a market for people who want a Daytona but don't want to spend 50 grand, and the dealers take advantage of that. And also, every Rolex, no matter which one, typically is going up every week. No matter if it's a Sea Dweller or Submariner.
Both of them.
True. Everything's just climbing, creeping up slowly. But
if they haven't sold it, they add on $500 every week.
Wow. Crazy.
Like the fucking Submariners are now almost $20,000. I know they're already over 20 on Chrono 24, but like actual like normal secondary market prices, they're approaching 20,000. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it's just insane. Because I've been looking at the bimetal, the two-tone Daytonas, and it's not even worth getting one now. I wouldn't bother because you're better value because it's closer to the retail, and then it's just like it's not now. It's just going up more and more and more. So it's just forget it. It's just
you say though it's not worth getting, but people were saying that about the Panda when it was $18,000. They were saying this is stupid.
What if, guys? What
Yeah.
if watches never stop going up in price? What if they forever keep going up?
Then I don't
Is
need to
there
put any more money in my 401k.
is
I'm
there a
good.
point at which you sell?
That's the thing. That's the trick, right? When does it stop, and when do you? I don't know. It's just.
So what if just imagine, what if this stuff never stops going up? It's just gonna keep going up and up and
If
up.
the stuff never go down, you
Yeah.
will sell
When do you sell?
regarding your age and regarding your situation. You will sell regarding your age and your condition. That's all.
You had a good point though, Tim.
Do you?
It's like if
But
the
wait a
Daytona
minute.
gets to
Why-
100, do I sell? Because if I do, I can't get another one.
Let's assume they freeze or keep going up. Why the fuck would you sell it? Unless you get desperate or unless you go bankrupt, why the fuck would you sell your watch?
If there's something that you want to buy that is available,
look,
there's certain
you guys-
Pateks that.
If you don't love it and you can get a lot of money for it, I think you should sell. But if you
I
love
have
it,
an
no
example. I have an
chance, no way.
example of why you would sell. Here's a perfect example of why you would sell. You buy
Give
a
us a
sub,
perfect example.
or let's say you buy a Submariner at 9,000 retail,
Mhm.
and in 2 years they're worth $50,000. Well, in 2 years, you can buy a Patek Philippe. I don't know what's that.
You can't even get a fucking
annual.
But what if in the next 2 years it
Hold
goes
on,
to
hold on,
100,000?
Hold on.
Okay.
You can get an annual calendar for 50 retail, and you really only paid 9.
50,000, you said 50 or 50 or 15?
50. I'll
You
get.
will
I don't
never
know
get
the
an
rest.
annual calendar unless you have purchase history with Patek.
Hold on, let me go get one.
I don't think it will happen with the watches. I don't
won't.
think it will happen.
It won't go from 9 to
but
50. It goes 9 to 20, maybe max. And now they're maxing out at 18, 19.
The Daytona went from
guys,
what 13 to 50.
I don't think they're maxed out yet by any means.
guys, I don't think
No,
it will
I mean,
happen.
I
but
think that I
if
think
you
you'll
would,
get subby,
but
subby,
if you
subby
would,
will be
wait a second.
The men are talking. The men are talking.
The men are talking.
But
The
if
men
you
are
would,
talking.
You guys should look. If you would, you guys should look into real estate. Real estate is like this.
No, but
Well,
real
the
estate
real
collapsed.
estate-
No.
real estate
Real
can
estate
collapse
is
in a day.
dangerous. 2008,
This
the
watch,
bubble.
Wizard.
Come on, Marcelo.
Forget
Wizard.
about 2008. 2008 was a crisis, but in general,
You can order that watch.
What do you mean
with no
forget
purchase
about it?
history.
That's in generally what?
That's what
You-
I'm
you
saying.
need
Real estate
purchase
market
history
is the
with a
biggest
Patek dealer
scam
to
on
buy
the
that.
planet.
What's that?
You'll need purchase history with a Patek dealer to buy that. So
All
you'll
right,
have to
well,
have
I
at
do-
least one color Trava or something else, and then something else for you to be able to get it.
All right. Well, you keep
Even
watching
Patek
streams
is
because I'll be doing
hard,
an unboxing
hard,
this
hard.
year.
And do you know that if you go up the ladder of Patek, if you go to Grand Comps or you want to get a Nautilus or an Aquanaut, you have to get approved by Patek of Switzerland, not only the AD, because of all this
Conrad.
flipping
No,
bullshit that goes on.
So, how much purchase history do you need for an
Hold on
Aquanaut,
one second.
you think?
Oh, everybody, quiet. Mikey needs to answer a phone call.
No, I
Every-
mean, like, no,
everything-
the
everything that happened-
Aquanaut Nautilus, that's not...
Quiet,
that's not
quiet.
Patek.
You see, Mikey is on the phone. Just quiet, everybody.
Mike, we
Why
can
don't
hear
you
everything you're
fucking
saying. Your
volume?
mic's not muted. Mike, your mic is not muted. We can hear you. Oh my God.
Yes,
really?
Mrs. O. So you can get them on the gray market, yeah, and probably at a discount because those models aren't desirable. But if you want to build up history with a Patek dealer
Guys.
hoping one day, then you got to go through the hurdles.
Bondage
You gotta
is
go through the
absolutely
hurdles.
right. Bondage is right. If I bought a Submariner for 9 and then in 5 years it's
Uh-huh.
worth 35, I
Yeah.
might just sell it and buy this on the secondary market for 35.
But
Well-
what if that watch then doubles again? Bondage wanted to say
Wait,
something.
wait.
But
No, wait. Well, I don't want to interrupt Mike's phone calls. It's safe to talk.
yeah. It's
So
I think you're
no,
okay. Yeah. I
like,
think you're okay.
Listen, I've played this AD game, and I have a very good purchase history with the Rolex and Patek dealer,
Mhm.
including buying, Pateks, and it's. I'm just gonna be honest. First of all, like if you're in the Aquanaut or Nautilus game, fucking forget it.
Yeah.
Like unless you're Jay-Z, just fucking forget it. It's not even. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just
Too
fucking
late.
forget it. Yeah, it's too late. And don't get me wrong. Okay, hold on. Super chat.
Super chat, Mr. Tudor to you, $5. Tim and Arch, we want to see a collab in London. Make it work. Ope, Marcelo, Maya, Amigo. Opa Marcelo, my amigo.
Mio amigo. He's Brazilian.
Mi amigo. Yes.
Meu amigo, yeah.
Let's let
Oh, yeah.
bondage
Bacana,
finish what he
cara.
was saying.
We're gonna do all kinds of shenanigans while we're up in London. Don't worry
It's going to
about
be crazy, Tim.
We-
I'm looking forward to
We are
those.
going to do shenanigans.
We're
We are
gonna
gonna
get
do shenanigans.
wasted. We're
And
gonna go on the streets. It's gonna be fun.
Have you asked
So we are.
for
And
an Aquanaut
if you guys
bondage?
abandon me, I'm gonna fuck you over, Tim.
No. You're gonna be with us.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere. We need someone to pay for the drinks, man. Can't leave you.
Fuck you.
Oh, don't worry. When she comes up to you, sir, here's the check. They said you're paying. Get the credit card ready.
I know Archie will do that, but Tim's got to put in a little bit. So
Sure. You bet. You got better chance to have fucking Archie giving you some money. Tim's motto is if it's free, it's me. That's Tim's motto.
It's all about the super chats. You get the
That's
super chats
right.
in, you get the drinks. That's it. That's what it is.
Racing R, $10. Tim, is YouTube profitable to you? Your show is getting really good and enjoyable to watch. Well, thank you. Talking and pulling up watches on the screen are the way to go.
Yeah,
And
look at Tim.
unbox,
He's broke.
Lord,
He doesn't have no
Lord.
money. He's fucking poor, but he gets a new shirt.
Oh, is this the unbox?
He gets a fucking Omega. Yeah, he's poor. He's poor.
Hey
It's
guys,
okay. I wouldn't say it's profitable, but
Oh, no,
it's
huh?
enough to survive on ramen.
And a Sermon and an Omega.
Yeah, but I
Unbox
can't
was
sell.
fun.
I can't
Trips
eat
to
a
all over
sermon.
the world.
Wizard, I can't eat a sermon, and I can't pay rent
Yeah,
with a sermon.
but you had the money to go to buy it. You had money to go to London, California, Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, that's what I use the super chats for to
Well, there you
go
go.
and make
So it's
content for the
profitable.
community.
Tim is
If
an
you
everyday
didn't buy the
millionaire.
watches and you didn't travel, you would have had thousands, tens of thousands in the bank. So it's profitable.
But if I didn't travel, what was the point? What's the point? What am I even getting these super chats for? What is it? Just for myself?
Yeah.
You got a super chat.
Super chat, lose $2. Wizard, thank you for banging my mother last night.
Fuck the thank you. Send the check, bitch, or else I won't see her again.
Oh, Lordy, Lord, let's see it.
Lord, I got a question for you.
the unboxing was $15, so I will just show the full set of the Coke, and then when someone super chats for
Another
50,
$5?
I will do the new unboxing. So
Okay. Ooh, okay.
here's what I got from the jewelers.
Wow.
Oh, Rolex.
But that looks like an old Rolex box. Yeah.
Rolex.
Wow. Beautiful.
I love those old boxes. Those were so much cooler than
You got the wooden. Yeah. Oh wow.
Even the
Little
cloth,
white tie, that's it.
Handkerchief. Yeah.
White cloth.
microfiber.
The calendar.
The map.
So,
Oh,
Yeah, the old
snap.
calendar.
so let me ask you a question, Lord. Do the GMT booklets and your Oyster Perpetuals, are they period correct for that serial number?
Yes,
That's
they
awesome.
are.
Because those, even just those, are like $150 each.
So
That's awesome.
here's the warranty card.
GMT Master. Okay.
The factory service booklets.
By the way, I'll change my bezel for $5.
GMT Master.
Service
Yeah.
MGMT Master and the Rolex Oyster.
Oyster.
The booklets. You got the booklets. MCM, $3. Tim, remember, if they're paying, you're staying.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
the
no
lovely
problem, man.
little box.
Oh,
classic
careful with that.
box. Classic.
I love those old boxes so much more.
Classic.
That is awesome.
Now, is that
The
like
hang tag as
wood
well, the hang
paneling on
tag,
the
there you
inside?
go. Yeah.
Ooh.
What kind of material is that?
It has the pull links and the tags.
Damn.
And in fact, the whole
Protector.
That is a vintage bezel protector. I've
Oh,
never
that's
seen
rare.
that.
Wow.
No, they have that little rubber band, so it'll fit on most.
Mm-hmm. The Beazle.
This is the watch that came out of it.
Wow.
Ooh,
The
wow, the Coke.
Pepsi, guys.
Beautiful.
Oh, the
It's
Coke.
incredible.
It's a Coke.
Can you
yeah.
explain to us
The
what
Coke.
you're using the GMT function for and what the bezel is set to?
Brisbane.
Of course,
That's
since,
the reason.
since I am a lackey and a brother in arms to Marcelo, it's set to Japanese time, of course.
Oh,
Okay.
and then the
Beautiful.
bezel. What's the bezel set to?
Ooh.
Plus
Lord
minus.
is
I
Marcelo's
just
number
do
one fan. He's no
times.
no
I-
Oh no,
Archie
thank you
fan.
so much, brother. Thank you.
Of course.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, man.
Balagan Bachanut.
Wow. Guys, make
Yeah,
sure you hit the
Balagan.
upload button if you are enjoying this
Taraba,
uncoking.
taraba.
Besed
Lord.
Lord,
Yofi.
Lord, I've got a non-watch question for you, Lord. So
Yes, sir.
behind you, is that the Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Duran, and Hearns on that?
Yes,
Picture
this is
there, or-
an artwork by a Welsh artist called Patrick Killian.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
those guys were just amazing. That
Ooh.
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
80s,
We
yeah,
actually
they was
have-
absolutely.
have
Yeah,
a print that's touched up by him.
Yeah.
But this is the poster version that he signed for me. It's actually called the Four Kings. So
Yeah.
each one for one of the kings in a deck of cards: Leonard, Hitman Hearns, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and Mano de Piedra.
yeah.
Roberto.
Hands of Stone. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hands of Stone Duran. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hands
Love
up.
that guy.
BB, $5 super chat. Weezer.
Oh,
Try breathing through your nose. You're killing the houseplants. FFS.
They
Your
used to call
mother
me
doesn't
Hands of
complain,
Stone.
so don't worry about it.
Hey, Wizard, you left your penis pump at my mom's house, by the way.
No, I left that for your sister when I go service her tomorrow.
I
Showing
love you, Wizard. I love you, man.
Weezer is the man. All class, brother.
So enough. Thanks, brother.
And the chat is absolutely right that I'm always angry at God for giving me so much beard and so little hair on my head.
Embrace it.
I know the
Embrace it for
feeling. I
those
know
who
the
can't.
feeling.
That's
distributed.
what happens when you sell your soul to Satan for a couple of Rolex.
Lord Halspawn.
For $5 more, we can see his other watch.
By the
I'm
way,
excited.
by the
I
way,
have no idea what it
Or
is.
$15 more.
Let me donate. Let me donate.
15
$15
more.
more dollars. Okay.
I have no idea what it is. I have an idea, but
Hey, Lord. Question for Lord. How's the fourth circle of hell doing over there? Does it keep pumping along?
How do you know I'm only in the fourth circle? I felt I was more advanced.
No. The fourth circle is the most appropriate.
No. Did you ever read Dante's Inferno, Tim?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
Well, the lowest form of hell is for rats and stoolies and stool pigeons.
No, but
Down.
the fourth one is for those who have been
There you go.
greedy
There's your
and
super-
wasteful.
Oh, super chat, Tim. Super chat.
Wizard!
Get a $5 tip.
$20, and we
Lord,
have the
Can I
punta.
ask you a question, Lord? I don't want to know price. It's none of my business. But may I ask what country you bought that Coke from?
I actually took the train down south to San Diego. And
So in California you bought it.
Yeah, I went to a jeweler in San Diego and dealt with cash in hand.
Is the watch originally United States, a USA watch, or did it come from abroad?
Yes, it was bought from a dealer in Oklahoma.
Okay.
Wow.
Thank you.
Of course.
it's beautiful. I love it.
Jeff has another super chat before we
Super
get
chat,
to
Tim. Super chat. Marvelous
Jeff,
Marvin Hagler. Yeah.
$10. Marvelous Marvin Hagler was from the hometown of Brockton. Wow, grew up watching his fight.
Massachusetts. Brockton,
Yep.
Massachusetts. Yeah.
Wow, greatest
so was-
middleweight champion of all time,
They
boys.
100%.
Hagler
100%.
was
So was Rocky Marciano, by the way. Rocky
Yep.
Marciano was old.
Yep.
Yep,
Also
he was from there. Yep, the Brockton blockbuster. Yeah.
And
But
Mr.
I'm more of a
Hulk
Hulk
man, he
Hogan
never
fan
beat up his
myself.
wife, like
I'm more of a
Rocky
Hulk
did.
Hogan
With
fan.
the wife beater. There's the
Mr.
Panther.
Zosto.
Hey.
$5.
back.
Respect for the
Welcome home,
wizard. He knows what the fuck he's talking about when it comes to wristwatches.
watches.
Pontiff, someone actually paid for the unboxing. Do you recognize this one?
Looks like a Tudor.
What is that?
No.
That's a
What's that? What box is
it's a
that?
JLC box.
AP? No.
Yes,
That's a JLC. That's a
Wow.
2001 box.
Le coup.
Pontiff knows.
Yes.
So we
I
have
think it looks the
the-
same as his.
Yeah,
Ooh,
circa
okay. It's a reverse
2001.
Wow, reverso.
Nice.
Wow,
We have-
everyone's getting reversos.
Everyone's getting
Diego.
reversos. Yeah.
Eddie.
They're good bang per buck. Good bang per buck.
We have
They
the
are.
warranty papers.
Oh yes, beautiful.
Wow.
Where was it
Beautiful.
purchased? Was it Italy?
No, it was
Da-da-da-da.
like
I want to see
fifth
the
or
watch. I
sixth.
want to see the watch. I want to see the watch. Show us the watch. Come on, I'm excited now, man.
Pop it open.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
Oh,
Oh my god. There's nothing in here.
Careful.
Where's the watch gone?
Pillow. It's a luxury pillow. It's the Casper
Where's the watch
pillow,
gone?
guys.
It's on his bird.
Where'd
He's
it
wearing
go?
it down south.
It's
can't
from
find it.
Marcello's bird.
I
It's a
can't-
pillow.
Roberto Duran's wearing it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, wow. You got a
Little
travel case too.
Travel case.
Look at this.
Nice.
Holy
Ooh,
shit.
ooh.
Oh,
Holy
wow.
Wow.
shit.
Oh
The
my
Archieluxury
god.
special.
Hey, that's my
That-
watch.
that-
Where'd you get that
That's the
from?
same.
Check
The
your
Pontiff
safe,
signature
Archie. Quick.
model.
Wow.
How much did you pay for that?
The Grand Date 8-day power
65
reserve.
USD.
Wow.
That is fucking cheap for that watch. You know what I mean? $6,500.
And it comes
Wow.
with the Camille Fournet strap, double-sided with
Yeah.
lined in small scale alligator and
Oh.
alligator on the
Wow.
outside.
Now, did that come from a different country?
Yes.
Australia.
Okay. Was there any issues with getting that strap in the country with customs?
No, because I actually got it from an international conglomerate that has a branch in Singapore.
Was
And
there
the
any
watch-
problem breaking into Archie's house with those brand new security systems installed?
No,
No,
his
no,
What
my
made
way.
you
Easy
get that?
peasy.
Lord, what made you get that?
Well, Pontiff, we idolize you, we mime and mimic you, and we want to be like you. So
I got to tell you, man, that is a fucking $6,500 US for that.
Wow.
Wizard.
Can we get a
Wizard.
wrist shot?
Yeah.
Wrist
Why
shot?
is that so cheap? Why is
Wow.
it so cheap? Tell
It's
me
not
what's wrong
cheap.
with it.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it
$6,500.
Yeah,
It's
huge.
cheaper than a new
So what?
production, and it's a way better watch.
In your opinion,
Oh, wow. Look at that movement.
No, buy that
Double
watch
barrel.
today.
You know what?
New.
The funny thing is, you know, when I bought mine, Lord, I could have got a two-tone 16613. It's a bluesy pre-ceramic for the same price.
yes.
And I wanted the reverse. Reversos. I gotta tell you, Lord, I've put mine on a Jaeger-LeCoultre black strap, a black alligator strap, and I love it. I love it. I do love your strap, Lord. I'm honored that you would. That is one of the most beautiful watches I've ever
have to
seen.
say, Pontiff, I'm not exaggerating. I took the coke off now. The last time I felt like this was I used to row when I won a race and someone put a gold medal on my neck. That's how I feel when I wear a reverso. It's
Can we
just
see
something.
Oh,
It all makes sense
full
now,
screen?
guys. Arch, you know
Feel like a
Satan
winner.
DeVille? Lord is a hell spawn of his.
That's right.
So it just makes
Look
it
at
makes
that. He
total
just-
sense.
That Wizard. Why are they soft? Why are they soft? Really? Why haven't they gone anywhere? Just the way of life is, isn't it?
yeah.
They're available, Archie.
Mm.
The new ones are
incredible.
available.
I think that was very good. And Diego, you got a JLC as well, didn't you?
It's coming. The seller
Okay.
said that he has to ship the straps separate.
Mhm.
From
That's
the
okay.
head
Don't
Correct.
worry
because
about
it's
that's
cropped.
fine. That's okay.
Yeah.
Just
So-
tell them to put it down
Where's
as
it coming
cowhide.
from?
Japan.
You better
Oh, yeah,
watch out. They might not let that fucking strap in. Just letting
That's
you know.
okay.
It happened
Yeah.
to me with a
The problem with the
Vastro.
Japanese is they're too fucking honest to save themselves.
They
I
are.
had-
They won't cheat or do.
but I said everyone cheats like Italians. Wizard, I love Italians.
Wow.
They know how to ship stuff, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
They put
fucking
$50
Japanese.
on a $50,000 watch.
just because,
Wait.
you know.
Lord,
I
that's
don't know.
beautiful, man.
Lord, that's
Lord.
awesome.
Wow.
Oh,
Awesome,
my God.
awesome, awesome.
Lord. Do you love it, Lord?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I do. Honestly, you know, I'm a Rolex man, but the
Yes.
minute I put this watch on as my own watch, it was something special. Now I feel like, you know, I want to have 8 watches, and the next 2, I just want to get reversed in precious metal. That's now my
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Archie, your video
When are you getting the
about
LV box, Lord?
10 years ago is what made me get a reverso.
When are you getting the LV box?
I'm telling you.
not the LV box. I want
The Goya.
Goyard?
Yes.
Which one? The
Because
10 watch or 8 watch? Which one would you go for?
I would like to look. The 6 watch box is more luxurious and more expensive, but I feel it's too hefty because I don't know. It's like I don't even know. It's too much for me. I feel like 8 watch case is a little more light, and of course it's cheaper. You know, why not?
The 8 watch, what is it? The Wolf in Racing Green is a good
Put those
bang per
bullets
buck.
down, Wizard,
It's
please.
$350, Lord. It's incredible.
Wizard, I'm eating these fucking things,
it's
Wizard.
incredible.
You're throwing me bullets. I'm eating low carb. Fucking Wizard.
Keto. Archie, you were right. These are amazing.
You know what else they've got? They got raspberry licorice too. Dara Lee raspberry licorice is
this
fucking
is white
addictive.
chocolate raspberry.
I know that's fuck. But they also sell red twists. I think.
Oh, I gotta get those.
Yeah, amazing.
Too bad they don't sell them here. I had to get them from Australia Food Shop in Australia.
How much they cost?
Same. The only thing I had to pay is the shipping with DHL, but I have a DHL account.
Okay.
They had to go through customs.
Lord, I'm so excited for you. I thought you were for sure getting an ultra thin. That is so incredible.
I do want the ultra thin in rose gold with the chocolate dial. That's my next dream now. That's the watch I want to get next time around in the next round.
Lord, how many watches do you think's the perfect number for you?
Okay, so I will send my current collection to you for a review. Now I have 6, 5 Rolex and 1 Jaeger LeCoultre. And I do want to get 2 more. And honestly, I'm not even kidding. Right now, in this moment, I may grow out of it. I may change my mind, but I feel like, you know, I really do want to get a reverse ultra thin, either in white gold or rose gold. Rose gold chocolate brown would be a dream. And
what about
an
an Amiga?
Rose gold chocolate dial would be spot on.
And it's a dream. You know, it's maybe the triple date as well in steel. That's such a great deal. It could be an option, but I would really like to get the pink gold with the brown dial next.
Is that a current production?
No.
No.
I think it was last produced in 15, 16, something like that.
I love buying these things that aren't in current production. They're special.
That's it. I remember, you know, one of the things that really motivated me is the way you were talking about, like, you know, how, you know, it's not something that some random wanker can go into the boutique and buy.
Exactly.
And it was in production just for a decade, basically, from 2002 to 2012. And it's gone now. And especially, I just talked to them, actually, because I wanted to get some new straps from the JLC boutique here in Beverly Hills. And they detest the 8-day movement. You know, they detest that power reserve movement because it's just too expensive for them to serve.
Yeah.
So the new straps don't have any what's the word when it's like cushion?
Padding.
They have very little padding as well.
That's right.
It's a very different strap.
Here we go. Thomas Burdett, £4.50. Wizard, what's your opinion on the Breitling Avenger GMT 45 night mission? The Chronomat 42, the Aerospace, and the top time with the B04 movement.
The B04 movement is excellent. The Breitling GMT 45 night mission is great. I have a limited black steel, but that's 48.4 millimeter. And the Chronomat 42 is good, but again, depends on your wrist. But Breitling, man, I'm a lover. Thomas, I love Breitling. A lot of people shit on them, but I love them. I don't have an Aerospace for the mere fact that the only one they made oversized was the Hercules, but I didn't like the design, just like I don't like Bentley. That's why I never bought that. But the Aerospace is a gorgeous watch for analog and digital if you want to play nice and thin, very lightweight. So,
how's those bullets going, Wizard?
awesome. But you know what? I'm always torn between the bullets or my favorite almonds. So...
I told you,
Archie,
Wizard, I
don't you-
saw my friend. He said he's got 2 years left.
2 years left for it?
Living. He's dead. He's going to die.
Why?
He's got heart and lung problems.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm
So,
sorry. That's sad. Those are the sad things in life. And fuck all this collecting and watches and bullshit.
and he can't even drink alcohol because of the medication he's on.
He's probably on a lot of pain medications, and opiates and alcohol mixed together equals death.
Is that right?
So if he's on a lot of pain meds, yeah, alcohol's out of the question.
Can he take the edibles? Can he take the edibles, Mikey?
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah, with CBD or THC is no
You know
problem.
what? Then you know what? There's still a reason to live. There's still a reason to live as long as you can. Don't give up. Tell him not to give up. Try.
You never give up. Never give up.
Yeah.
Life
Tell
is
him
life.
to get the edibles, man.
You never have long enough, Wizard. You know that?
You never know exactly, but I can tell you this. Tell your friend, I'm sure Australia, because you guys have healthy stuff there and all types of farming. Tell him to find wheat grass and make shots out of it, morning shots.
Yeah,
And
wheatgrass.
he's going to see how strong he's going to feel. His antibodies, his strength will come back. Wheatgrass is the best. A little shot every morning.
Yep, wheatgrass juice, man. Miracle. Miracle
Yes,
shit.
it is.
I'm with
It
you
is.
100%, man.
Yep. You're right, Mike.
It tastes kind of like lawn clippings.
Yep.
But
it's okay.
Down it like a shot.
Yeah, down it and then drink a little OJ or coffee or something.
Yeah,
What's it
but
called again?
wheatgrass.
Try
Wheatgrass.
That's the
Wheatgrass juice.
highest level of
Wheat as
antioxidants.
in WHEAT, not as in WEED.
Yeah, wheatgrass juice. And what do I say to him?
Yeah.
You just want a shot.
A shot every morning. Every morning. He can make a jug because it's a pain in the ass to make. So make a jug, divide them in those little plastic shot glasses. You can get a Dollarama for like.
And what does it do? It gives you
100
energy or what?
Oh, it
Everything.
boosts your energy. It builds up your immune system, and you
It
can
cures
freeze it in the
ED.
little shots. Take it out in the morning, half an hour. It's thawed, and just shoot it back.
Yeah,
It cures ED.
Speaking of shots, can anybody buy Archie a drink? I mean, god damn.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. Actually, I wouldn't mind a drink, to be honest with you.
Well,
There.
everybody else but Archie.
Gee, I'll get you a drink,
Yeah.
Archie. I'll get you a drink. Come on.
Thank you. What have we got?
I'm not supposed to say that because then like 6 people super chat for a drink.
Well, I will, amongst others, let's all get Archie a drink. Yeah.
My neighbor owns
shit.
he's partners in a winery, and they make wine that's infused with cannabis.
Oh,
Holy shit.
And it's supposed to be medicinal wine or whatever you want to call it, but it definitely has wine with a little extra kick to it.
oh.
Lagavulin.
Lagavulin
8.
8.
Nice.
Super chat.
Red Shovel. That's from Red Shovel there. Red Shovel, £1.80. Don't eat anything Tim gives you.
Yeah, it's ramen.
I gave him an edible. He had some fun.
I've been
What
asking
did you
my
think of
boss.
those edibles, Wizard?
I don't take them, but I don't know. I like my red wine or my cognac.
When I used to, I preferred smoking. I did edibles, and the problem with edibles is it's a completely different high.
Oh, yeah.
And if you happen to take 1 point too much edibles, you end up on like an anxiety attack ride where you're too high, you're uncomfortable, and there's no getting off that train for about 8 hours.
I'm just cleaning out this bottle with soda water. I always clean out these bottles with soda water. You notice that, Wizard?
Yep.
Very clever.
I've always wanted, Mike. I've always wanted
soda.
to try, but I drive a company vehicle. I can't do anything.
Try edibles at home. Try half of one. Try something small.
I can't.
No,
do
because
Archie, get yourself another drink.
Are you drug tested at work, Diego?
No, but if I were to get into a car crash in a company vehicle, and
they'll find it in his blood,
they'll take my blood.
Take it at home when you know you're not going to drive for 8 or 12 hours.
No, we've always joked in the office we need an amnesty week where it's just like no holds barred. Anything goes, but nothing yet.
No, edibles, like I said, the thing about them is if you eat too much of them, and
wristwatch man, £4.50.
Slow.
Drink for our pontiff. Thank you.
Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wristwatch check.
Special thank you also to Perf Luxury. He bought me that bottle. That's the last of it, Perf. You can send the next one, Perf.
What's that, Diego? Coke?
Yeah, Coke.
It's got solid end links, though.
It's a Coke bezel, right?
It's an F cereal.
Original bezel?
No.
Yeah, it came for $5, Wizard. I'll change the bezel to black just for you.
No, man, don't do that. Your watch is beautiful. Why would you want to fuck around with that? What are you, Timmy now? You start fucking around with tools?
And I honestly believe if you keep popping the thing on and out, eventually it'll be fucked.
Wouldn't that be great for your
The inner ring, the bezel ring will be fucked, and then I'll have to bring it in for service.
Can you imagine the ratings, though?
The ratings. It's not good to damage your stuff because I love you. You're a good friend of mine. I don't want you to damage your shit.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, that's a great honor. Lord bought the watch because he liked my watch. I can't believe that. I'm actually very, very happy that a man of his caliber, he's a fucking good-looking man, would really want to have a Reverso Grande. I got to tell you, Lord, that watch hasn't been a great investment. Like, it hasn't gone through the roof like a lot of shit. But you know what? That's the first watch.
Value. It hasn't
I
lost
remember
value
my
either.
friend, a guy I knew at Ronnie's shop, he had it. And I said to him, if ever you want to sell it, I'll give you $1,000 more than you paid. And that's how I got it. And he went to Japan with the money, actually. He went to Japan. That watch is something about it. It's just fucking amazing. And what'll happen is, Lord, it might be a bit flat. Well, you bought in really, I think you got a bargain. What'll happen is a couple years will go by, then boom, it'll go up because people say, hey, fuck, that's a bargain. Everything else is.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what'll happen.
The best thing about these 2001 to 2012 Reversos is the guilloche is completely different than what it is today. It's so much tighter, it's better.
Yeah, it's
the
beautiful.
new one.
The thing is, I think a lot of the Pateks, like a lot of those annual calendars, a little bit small. That what'll happen is they'll go along, then bang, they suddenly become very collectible, and that's what's going to happen to the reverse. Because that Reverso Grande, that is an incredible watch.
And it's not, Archie. It's not.
You know, Lord, I had a choice. I had the Reverso Grande and I had a Royal Oak. I had a Royal Oak and I had to keep one.
Okay.
And I actually sold the Royal Oak. I had a 14790 Wizard. Grey dial, bluey grey dial, which is the hot one. And you know what? It's gone through the roof, the Reverso. And I could tell you that watch was garbage. It was fucking garbage. It was fucking garbage.
You had a few videos of it being served.
It's that watch is actually by the way, just for just as a note, I have not one but two Pontiff specials. My Polar Explorer 2 also is very much influenced by you.
Wow.
Look, I mean, I know you were also trying to negotiate a deal for either a bluesy or a grand date at the time, but you got something that you really wanted for your 40th birthday. And
bluesy, I would have sold the fucking thing time and time again. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you. That's why I had mine engraved, because I can't help myself.
$650,000, boys.
How much?
Labels on the way, Wizard. Labels on the way.
Fucking hell. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy.
Is that insane or what, Ponto?
How much did you say? 600,000.
$650,000, brand new, fully full set.
Let's split the difference. 325.
Of course, the green dial, 650 grand.
Damn.
Archie, you know what, guys? The grand date was my dream watch too 10 years ago, until I saw one at Tourneau in San Francisco and realized it was huge. That's when I decided on the Grand Tie.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad, Diego. I also have this,
mine's like 6.5, dude. It's too
Diego's got some size issues there, so for
not
him,
everywhere.
Look,
not everywhere.
Wow, awesome.
Wow. I'm so glad you got rid of the iPad, by the way.
So classy.
Thank you.
Very classy. Yeah. It suits your style as well.
Mazel tov.
Yeah.
Wear it in good health, my friend. Yeah. Wear it in good health.
I'm really happy with it.
You know what? I'm just so happy you're not fucking flexing a douchebag piece of shit like a platinum Daytona or something. You know, this is a real. See, that is a watch for an enthusiast. See, Buff Boy would not get that at all. He said, "Oh." Then you know what I mean. This is the
Super Chat Arch.
Oh, bondage and discipline. Look at this.
Wow.
Bondage and discipline, $50. Sorry, I had to drop Pontiff. Remember, don't trust anyone. Mike, we need to introduce Pebble Beach to Archie. Oh, I'd love to go to Pebble. That's the car show, Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
Best wishes to all of you, and see you in London. You betcha, man. Seriously,
The London Watch Show.
Pebble Beach. Have you been to Pebble Beach, Snake? Well, we've got him on mute. Mike's on mute. You're on mute, Mike.
He might be on the phone.
Hot August nights in Vegas or Reno. Reno is equivalent. But yeah, Pebble Beach, huge.
Yeah, Forest,
have you been there, Mike?
I haven't, but I've watched it on television. They have huge auctions, and they have the nicest, most insane cars you'll ever see.
Oh yeah,
like Concord 10s. In the Concord, car shows. And if you're a 10 in the Concord car show, that means, like, if there's one piece
Let's not talk about cars
out of place on your upholstery, you get docked a point. And if you
give Big Mech his money's worth, by the way. He did super chat $50.
Yes, 100%.
What's that?
Big Mex did super chat $50. Give him his money's worth.
Yes,
it is. He's right here.
No. He said on your lap.
Oh,
all right. This is not as visible on my lap. I'll put him up on my stand there.
Yes, there we go. Look at that.
I can't type as well.
Continue about Pebble Beach.
You know, Lord, I think you could honestly almost collect JLCs, just JLCs. There's so many beautiful watches.
Yeah.
Their Master Control line from that time period.
You know, that Polaris, I had that chronograph. That was a fucking amazing chronograph. Mm-hmm. And the problem was, I sold it to that guy, Mr. 2, right? He was always look at me sort of guy. JLC's not a look at me brand. It's somebody who appreciates the quality, you know. That's something I don't understand. Moses popular, but JLC soft. There's always injustice in this fucking world. Let me say that to you.
You know, I think there's the
Archie, you say Vacheron is soft, but there's overseas.
Vacheron's not soft anymore. Vacheron's gone
$40
grand. Vashon's
Yeah,
gone.
I mean they're
$8,000.
fuck.
Wow.
No, all the rules have. How much is that there?
$8,000. I mean, look at what you get though.
Yeah, no, that's a great. It's a master control. That's a fucking amazing.
Yeah,
And
there's
1,000 hours of testing. 1,000 hours of testing. Fucking.
There's so many different variations of the master control from that era. You can get power reserved options, annual calendar,
Well, yeah, their
moon
Navy,
phase.
even their Navy SEALs diver is master control. It's part of their master control line.
They're good bang per buck for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. Jaeger LeCoultre is definitely one to scoop up if you're into hot horology for a good price right now.
You can get a platinum annual calendar for I think like 15.
And I think they're going to have their day. Give it a year or two, and I think they're going to explode. They're kind of.
How do you allocate money between your hobbies, like cars or watches or how do you decide what you spend your money on?
The last couple of years, I haven't had any money, so I haven't been able to allocate anything, with the exception of buying my one watch. And I've been hobbyless. I've just been working as and squeaking by. I'm hoping to, have life improve and be able to.
You're going to live in Thailand for a while, I hear.
Well, I've got a friend that is planning on moving there soon.
Philippines even cheaper, Mike. Philippines even cheaper.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've
dangerous. I'm not a big fan of the Philippines, Wizard. You like the Philippines?
My friend lives there, and if I go there, I'll be kind of set. Like he's got family there. His wife passed away from cancer, and he moved back to the States. But if he goes back, he'll reestablish himself, and then if I decide to go over, I'll already have. I won't be going there kind of blindly. I'll
Mikey,
have
if you move there, is there still room for me?
What's that?
I said, if you move to Philippines, is there still going to be room for me, or will I have to move out?
There'll be extra room. You'll just rent the house to you.
They've
I'll just rent the whole house.
They've gone up a little, but you can get a platinum perpetual calendar for $20,000.
Damn.
What's the service on one of those?
You don't want to know.
Sell a Submariner. Who cares?
Yeah.
Timmy only buys hype stuff. Timmy doesn't buy anything. Why don't you buy a Reverso?
Super chat, Arch.
It's in my radar. It's maybe one of my next pieces.
I love that triple date. Racing R $5. Lord, will a Speedy join your top 8 collection? Yes. Would you get a Speedy, Lord?
No, sir. I don't like chronos.
Me too. I don't like Speedies.
I don't like chronos at all. But I appreciate the Speedy from far. I think it's something that has to cycle from most people's collections at least.
Yeah.
It's a very iconic watch.
Yeah.
It's all sorts of boxes, the heritage, the all black classic look, just the mythology.
The misaligned hands.
Yeah.
I miss mine.
Those are the same reasons I own my Speedy, but I'm with you. I'm not a big chronograph fan. Speedy? I'm a straight three-hander.
I honestly don't even
remember.
I had the first Omega in space maybe 6 or 7 years ago. I don't even remember why I sold it. I really don't. I loved it though. I think back then I wasn't making as much money, and there was something else I wanted to buy, maybe a rifle, and I was like, well, I've got $4,000 laying around. I think back then it was a 1918 BAR, 1918 A3
bar. Browning bar.
Yeah, semi-auto, not the full auto.
Yeah, so. I know it.
I wasn't making money back then to where I could just keep things, I guess. But I miss it. I love it.
Yeah. People are giving me shit. Like, Mike doesn't work, but he can buy a Rolex. Like,
you know what? Don't listen to those fucking fuck sticks. They're fuck sticks.
Yeah.
Mike, who is that? Is that Harvey? What's his name? That guy.
I don't know. I'm not
from Sesame Street.
I don't know, but I'm not going to mention his name. But it's just like I had to sell.
We don't
shit
want to dox the guy.
No. Your doll. Is that
don't
Sesame
dox
Street?
The doll.
It's
Don't
just
dox me,
I had to sell shit and make adjustments to come up with enough to be able to pull off getting what I
Mike
got.
doesn't have to
Don't even,
justify
don't even,
anything
don't
to
even
you,
bother,
fucks.
man. Don't waste your breath. Who's that guy you're holding? Is that Harvey?
Yeah, this is my pet monster.
No.
I haven't named him yet, really.
What show is it from?
Full
Sesame
screen.
Street?
Full screen.
He was a toy that was sold back when I was a kid. There was a series.
Oh, okay.
There were 3 different ones, and they all came with chains that and one link kind of broke apart, so you could go roar and rip his arms apart, and the chains would break in the middle.
Gotcha.
And he's called My Pet Monster. And
Wait. Full screen.
I lost my original one as a kid.
Someone
and then
screenshot that. Let's have a character in the discount should use this.
20 years later, my mother put an ad in the newspaper.
Yeah.
And got one for me for my birthday present.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because she knew it was my favorite toy and I'd lost it somehow. And so 25 years later, my mother, being the angel that she is, put an ad in the newspaper and actually sourced it out, found
How
one.
much? She paid a lot of money for it?
Was it over retail?
I think she paid $50 for it, but this was like 20 years
Box
ago.
Box papers?
Yeah, box and papers for sure. Yeah. No,
Cool.
he's definitely fully papered up.
Very cool.
Yeah, you bet.
Is this a shitter? Is this a shitter?
Yes.
Rado?
100%. Rada?
Rado? This is a
hot-
shitter?
Isn't Rado the company that isn't Rado the company the Japanese are freaking out over?
Hold on, Tim. This was my grandfather's watch.
The
This was my grandfather's watch.
Not the grand shitter. Okay, I'm sorry.
Indians from Middle Asia, Asia Minor, Indians, Pakistanis love the Diastar or the Ceramica when they were the first to come out.
Yeah,
they love ceramics, black ceramics, and big wristbands.
Yeah.
These are coming back. Mark my words.
80s, 90s
you know
kind of
what?
what's it?
That looks exactly like the PRX. Holy shit. Look at this.
It does.
The
I thought it was a
design of the
PRX
case.
first. Yeah. I thought it was exactly
It does look
The
like
case.
the PRX.
It's exactly the same as
Well,
the PRX.
the bracelet's totally different, but yeah. Case shape is the
Box
same.
papers, by the way. Box paper.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Let me see.
I'm giving this one away.
Very cool, Diego.
I'm giving this one away at 6,000 subscribers. I'm coming along nicely. I'm almost at 5. So
What is that? in your
PRX.
hand?
It's $1,000 watch. I'm gonna make a video sometime very soon on how to win this
Right.
one. So
Tim, when
get
you
over
get
there.
to $5.99, you call me.
Yeah, we'll
Right.
set something up, Mikey. Don't worry about it. I
And
got it.
I'll make it. I'll send my 6,000th subscription in. I want that watch.
Cool. Very cool, Mikey.
I like that.
PRX.
I like that watch.
Yeah, right. It's cool. It's a cool little piece.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like it. Plus, I want to win it. I want to
You know
win
how
it.
you get 6,000 subs faster, Tim?
How?
You don't say that you're going to do a raffle for it, first of all. Second, you say the
6,000
6,000 subscriber gets it.
No, but then nobody's gonna subscribe. Everybody's gonna wait until.
No, that's not true. Oh, Rado, he's got the original box.
Oh, the
doesn't
box.
even fit
Oh,
in the
wow.
The papers. Tony, $5 super chat. Hi, Stefano.
Diego.
Quick question: is AP still considered an AD for Vancouver? If so,
No, it will
when?
be an AP boutique. No more dealerships in Canada. Only the boutique.
Wow. Diego, you definitely
Paid 160,000 pesos.
you
Yeah,
are
which is
the
what, like $17
you're the epitome of class, Diego. In my book, you are the epitome of class. You are the fucking
Mike,
top.
this one's for you. Ready?
Thank you. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you, brother. Fucking, I love that, man.
amazing.
That's just that's classic.
Super chat.
One tone, $5. Archie is the OG. Never forget. Thank
That's
you
right.
so
The
much.
original.
Never forget. Never forget.
Thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate all the effort you guys have put in here. It's tough. It's hard. YouTube is not an easy business to be in. I can tell you that much.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna grind hard on this toy after this stream. You know it. This toy's been through the fucking ringer.
All right, we're gonna have to make this video private now.
Just make sure you use rubber. Rubber. You don't want. Yeah.
Actually, he gets put up really high so that my dog doesn't fucking turn him into little.
Oh fuck! That would piss you off. Your mum would be furious if that happened.
No,
Could you imagine?
and my dog has noticed me with it now, and so she zones in on stuff that I like or touch, and if she gets
Does
she
that
can
annoy
get
you? Does that annoy you, Mike?
It annoys the shit out of me. It's this new puppy. I don't even like it, but her and my old 19-year-old dog are besties now, and I can't break that up. I brought her in to perk up my old dog. It worked. They're besties. They're fucking going 100% all day. My old dog's gonna live a couple extra years because of it. I'm not breaking that up. Even though she shits in the house every day.
So she shits in the house. Oh fuck! Why does she shit in the house?
Because she's fucking. I can't even catch her, dude. She's just. I don't like this new.
I hate pets. I really don't like pets in the house.
That's why I have fish, Archie.
Yes.
My other dog, the 19-year-old dog, has slept under my arm, under the cover.
To the Humble Pine, guys.
Humble
He's a
Pine,
legend.
$20. Been a few days since I checked in. Cheers to the entire panel. Have a drink on me, Arch. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
So much.
I have my virtual drink.
Wow. Amazing. Humble Pine. I met up with him a couple of days ago. What a legend. Art.
He's a legend. Humble Pine, we love you.
Arch, I gotta tell you. He's got the code 1159, white gold, blue dial.
Yes.
It's stunning, man. It's stunning.
Pull it up,
Absolutely beautiful
model?
watch.
What watch?
Pull it up,
Code
Timmy.
1159, white gold, but with blue dial. So it's like it
Bring
looks
it up,
like
Timmy.
a steel
You
sports.
got your
I'll bring
screen,
it up.
haven't you?
I must be gay.
I gotta admit, I was
The code
shocked.
1159. What's happening to that there, Weezer?
11. I don't know.
It's
I'm not
going
sure.
up. It's going places.
They're coming out with better dials. They're going up.
It's pretty damn cool.
I'm a sucker for white gold, though.
Will they go for steel? But you think it's all precious metal, isn't it? Would they ever go for steel just to make it more mass market?
That's kind of crazy looking, but I like it. Oh, wait a minute.
When they release it in steel, it's gonna go ballistic.
Oh yeah.
Now, while they still haven't done this, is what he was wearing. This thing is sick.
Oh, that is sick. With the blue dot. Oh man, that is fucking gorgeous,
dude.
I really.
Snake watch review on this by chance?
Oh,
are these going now? How are these going, Wizard, in price?
They're holding.
I would rock that watch all
And
day.
the complicated ones are really up there.
I love how we're talking about watches like stocks.
I like
They're
the
holding.
uncomplicated ones. I have one chrono.
It's true, Diego. That's what it is, right?
I probably only own one chrono, and the rest are going to be three-handers like this. I like the simple shit, and this dial with the fade around the black.
Yeah, with the Fume dial.
Yeah, that man, that just does it for me. That watch fucking. What size is it? Is it decent size? Is it like 4? Oh fuck! There you go. I would sacrifice some of my watches that I have, or whatever.
You can sell your Submariner and pay like $5,000 to get this.
Yeah. I'm not ready to do that, but
but that date isn't great, is it?
I mean, I already overpaid for the sub. I have to recover from that. Plus, I'm hoping in the future, I'm working hard, and I'm hoping to be in a position and to be able to probably buy one of these without any help. on my own.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, got you. You got to be careful, Mike.
Paul Thorpe's trainers have more soul than Mike's diet. You know, I got another nickname. I told you, Blueberry Mike. At Safeway now, I'm the Soul Man. Because every day I come in and I buy Soul, and when they see me coming towards the fish department, they start singing the Soul song.
Soul Man.
I'm the Soul Man. They see me, I'm the Soul Man.
That sounds so cool, Mike.
Yeah.
Super chat.
A minute. I got to tell you, Mike, that's it's good to see you enjoying life there. Here we go. CS $5, code 1159, and Gerard Perregay Laureate are the next pieces to rise. I hate Gerard Perregay. What do you think, Wizard?
Buff
Do you
boy,
hate?
buff boy.
Yeah, I hate that brand. You know, I really hate that fucking brand.
It's possible.
Just
it's possible.
Sucks. It just sucks. You know.
Question.
I don't know what to say, man. It just
We're
sucks.
talking about Archie. We've been talking about certain watches, like you were saying, Lord's Reverso. It doesn't really have a big upside market-wise. What watches would you buy, not Rolex, and not Patek? Like, what interests you that doesn't really hold its value? Doesn't have a big.
Yeah, JJ
Like,
LeCoultre.
what would you get?
Exactly right, man. Got to be honest with you, man. I would tend to be saying, man, I think you've got to go for it, man.
Blancpain 50 Fathoms.
Yeah, but I'm saying, what would be on your radar? Like, what was something you would pick up for below 10 grand?
Oh, below 10 grand.
There's not much stuff there, man. The problem is you're talking shitter territory. You know this?
Glass shoot original pano inverse. There you go. Perfect watch. Archie didn't like it, but I'll tell you what, man, that thing is sex back and front. And nobody can deny it. I don't even think Archie can deny it if you took a good look at it.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Glass shoot original pano inverse is $8,500.
I hate Geo. I hate glass suit. I've already said that, Mike. You know.
I know, but I'm telling you,
man. I hate
I
it.
like.
Man.
I happen to like
hate
it. I happen to like it. So I'm telling you, you know, somebody said under 10 grand. That's a watch that pops up, and it ticks all the boxes.
Can't afford a Lange. They can't
In-house.
afford a Lange.
Yeah, but the panel inverse is a bigger. It's not like Lange is more dress watchy, like Calatrava-ish style. The panel inverse is more chunky. It's thicker. It's bigger. It's a different style watch. It's more along the lines of all rounder. And it's got a lot going for it.
Ooh, I don't know what to say, man. You like it?
Me?
Yeah. I just don't like. You know, I got to be honest with you, man. They're just missing something as far as I'm concerned. You know, they just fucked it all up. You know, I kind of don't like the wankers who buy Geo. They're real douches.
I don't know, Arch.
Diego, you like Geo, don't you?
Oh,
you dropped out of sight.
Yeah, what happened there?
Archie,
Wow.
they're in-house.
Like that super slapped.
They have heritage.
It's hard.
They have heritage for a couple hundred years. I don't see what's wrong with them. I mean, why do you dislike them so much?
I just, you know, I think if you want to buy that, you buy a Lange. Don't you get a Lange? Isn't that what you should be doing?
Well, but Lange, this is another price range. I mean, what can you find in Lange at 10 grand?
Nothing.
Right? See, this discussion was 10 grand or under.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'd rather get a JLC, wouldn't you?
Honestly, there's there are some JLCs that I like, but the Pano Inverse, I've spent a lot of time researching and studying, and I haven't spent that much time studying Jägerkultur, but I must say that Jägerkultur is more of a dress watchy brand, and so the majority of their offerings are dress watchy, and I'm not a dress watchy guy. Whereas the Pano Inverse is more of an all rounder watch. It'll work fine as a dress watch, but it's bigger, it's square. It kind of also falls under the everyday wearer kind of it could work either or, whereas like a Lange or a Calatrava, those are solidly in the dress watch category. You know what I mean? Whereas the Pano Inverse can go either way. It's got a polished case. It's kind of thick. It's kind of square. So, somebody could argue, hey, that's not a dress watch. And somebody could argue, hey, that's not an everyday watch. But, it works either way, and plus it's got so much going for it. For me, if you've seen it, it's got that open heart with the dual swan neck adjustment and the hand engraved bridge. And the dial, it has no dial. The dial is the case with Cote de Genève,
I know. It's pretty amazing stuff, but I just don't like the douchebags who buy Geo,
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't like the douchebags that buy BMWs either,
Yeah.
Because I'm a douchebag.
To the point, huh? To the point.
It's a well-known fact. I mean, most people think BMW and they just immediately cross over and think
Super
douchebag.
chat.
Right?
Archie, before you read this one, I sent a super chat. Have a drink with me. Another cheers to you, to the Pontiff.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Right. Join me in another drink, Pontiff. Here we go. Cheers, my friend, the Night Watchman.
Cheers.
Humble Pine. I have a glass hoot panoramic Luna. Love it. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family.
Panoramic Lunar is very similar to the Pano Inverse. It's just got the same bridge and dual swan neck on the back side, and on the front side it's got, I think, a power indicator. It's the same watch.
Do you think these people even know what a swan neck is? They start.
No, most people don't know what that means. But these have a dual swan neck. Dual swan neck.
And you thought one neck was not enough.
Well, I asked Alex, and he said I think it allows a little more fine resolution in time setting adjustment.
It's all.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's a great little watch.
Yeah, he doesn't like Cartier, but remember that.
Cartier?
Yeah.
Why? Cartier is a nice watch.
No,
I like Cartier.
He said that he doesn't like the movement. He said they're really.
Alex, I think he's speaking in reference to just the one model that I think he's come across that he's had to do a lot of work on, which is the one that everybody's all hot on these days. The
Santos.
The Santos. He says.
What do you think, Archie, about the tank and quartz?
On a woman?
On me? Is that faux pas to buy a quartz Cartier tank?
For you, yeah.
No, they're like $2,700.
But no, on a woman,
you can't get it in that size in manual wind though.
Why?
Panerai.
Then just go get a Panerai.
Panerai 504. There you go. Wind and wear.
Yeah, wind and wear, boys. Wind and wear. Don't even worry about it. Just wind and wear. Do you like manual wind? I love manual wind. I
love manual wind.
Yeah.
Love them.
I tend to agree with you. The whole thing about manual wind is I like your relationship with the watch. It's your yin and your yang is powering the piece. Do you see what I mean? You know what I mean? Your yin and the yang is powering it.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know your yin and the yang. It's your energy that's
Life force.
powering it. And I got to be honest with you. That's what I love about the Speedy is it's the yin and the yang, Wizard.
Yep.
Oh my god! I almost
You don't like the
overpowered.
Speedy. You said you don't like the Speedy, Wizard.
I'm not a lover. I like the watch, but I'm not it's not for me. I'm not I mean, I prefer a Seamaster, let's say. Or
Yin and the yang,
Diamond
guys.
Ocean.
Yinging the yang.
See, I like the Seamaster 300 Heritage.
You know what I reckon you should do, Mike?
What's that?
Could you become a one watch man?
No. I love watches too much.
I'd become a one dog man and a one watch man. That dog that shits in the house, that's just not acceptable, personally.
Yeah, well, she's got a pad and a little, so it's
Does
no
she
big deal.
deliberately shit on the carpet?
No, she's got a little pad that I clean up now. But I would only become a one watch man if I were to, let's say, take a left turn and switch hobbies. Like, let's say I had X amount saved up and I only needed this much more to get my Pantera. Okay.
Yeah.
I needed to sell off all of my other watches except one. I'd keep my sub. I'd sell these others off and get my Pantera. Right. That's the only situation.
Plane? What's happened to your dad's plane?
It's totaled.
Diego was just
Have you salvaged it? Has anyone salvaged it?
More super chats to the Pontiff, and Diego can get slapped some more. Right, Diego?
It's being stored right now. He's able to go get the valuables that he had in it. He had one of my $1,000 headsets in it, and his own $1,000 headset because they're noise canceling.
You have the bows in there?
No, they were. I forget the brand name, but Bose was the only brand nicer.
I'm selling mine, by the way.
These were the second nicest money can buy.
Tim Wright's selling his. He needs ramen funds.
Diego, you'd probably be able to find the brand, and I'd remember the brand name.
2 or 3 weeks worth of ramen.
Super
So
chat.
somebody wants to buy.
I can't remember the fucking brand name.
Super chat. GB. Getting a new watch. About time for another paid review. Thank you so much. And Night Watchman, what books do you read behind you there? See, you got a lot of books. What do you read?
There's a few.
I'm gonna look it up, Diego.
I've got a few watch books. A few kind of like one of the good books I'll show you. Actually, it's got Atomic Habits. It's just like how to break stuff. I don't know, a bit of self-help stuff. I've got a big Shakespeare.
What sort of self-help are you into?
No, just how to be more productive work-wise and just everything right. I'm actually on a career break. Yeah, I'm actually on a career break.
David Clark.
Where are you going on your career break? Tell me that.
No, it's almost coming to an end, to be honest with you. It was been over the last couple of years, and my father's been very ill, so I had to help out a lot back home. So I had to take time off work.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah,
is he okay?
He has advanced dementia, so it's just also helping him, my mother out, who was his primary carer. So now we've got
man.
We've got him into care and but to help mum out as well, because he's always been her rock, and now she needs me to support her. But just things like that, just to keep things going. So I took a career break, work for I'm happy. I've got property, so I don't really have to work, but to afford the nice things, I'll probably.
Tell me, how old's your dad?
He's about 80 now, but it started about in his 70s. He actually started in his 70s.
What career did he? What profession was he in?
So, I mean, he came from India to England in the 60s. In terms of they were invited over for immigration purposes to help out with the labor crisis. So he went.
Did you ever see that movie called The Father?
No, I never saw that.
That's a great movie.
Very
it's
good
a great
movie.
It's got Hopkins in it, Anthony Hopkins.
Okay. Yeah.
And he plays a dementia It's through
Yeah.
his eyes. It's
Oh,
fucking
I've heard
amazing.
that. I have heard of that. Yeah.
That
I mean, I've
movie.
seen.
You
I've
must.
actually seen the deterioration. It's just so. It's terrible. It's so hard to watch. But you get once you. I mean, it's life. I mean, for me, we can't all sit and cry. We have to move on, especially for my mum, who we have to support her. He was her rock. So
Yeah.
so I've helped her out a lot. So I've taken a break from work, and I have a few properties, and that has kept me going, financially. So it hasn't been a major. I mean, I can't have the fanciest things in life, but I can buy Rolex, and I can buy this and that, So I could buy certain things, but I can't have all the things I want. But
no, that's okay.
Yeah. So
you're married yourself?
Yes, I am. No children. We got married quite late, so we never did have kids. But
Okay.
married 8 years now.
Okay, fair enough, man. I gotta tell you, it's fuck. I don't know what I would do. Dementia is one of these things that I've always been scared of losing my mind. You know what I mean? Fuck me dead.
I
What
know
happens to
exactly what you mean. I sometimes I forget something, and I'm thinking, oh my god, is it happening to me? It's just one of those because it's such
your
a
dad?
big
So what was his
female.
profession again? What was his profession?
So
Your dad?
when he was in India, he was a bank manager, and then he moved over to here. He worked more labor jobs. So like he was.
Fuck, that's hard.
Yeah, because to come up during that period of immigration, if you had a big job in India, you'd come over here and like work the buses, the Royal Mail, stuff like that. So when he did work in the Royal Mail, he went up to almost an inspector level, like a management level. He worked his way up because he was a good worker, and then he retired early. But then he got bored, and then I think this may have pushed him over the edge. He went into he thought, I've got nothing to do, so he went into airport security. God knows why, which was shift work. So it messed up his. This is the time. That was the time he should have been enjoying himself, but he was working night shifts.
How old was he when he went into airport security?
I'd say mid-60s.
Oh fuck! But see, the thing is, I know so many bank managers who retire at 55, and then they'd be dead before 60 because they just couldn't. They just.
Yeah, I tell you what, he was a workaholic. It's a very.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, the old school South Asian work ethic was you work. Your pride is your work. It's probably very Eastern Asian, very Asian thing. Yeah.
So just quickly, Paul Salisi is $5. Tim, I bought a Mont Blanc 149, brand new, $500. We are now in exclusive car dealer club.
All right.
Thank you, car dealer. Yes. Night watchman. Fuck me. So how old's your mum then?
She's in her 70s now.
So how does she handle it with him?
Well, we've had to put him into care now because he almost died. It's been a long process. That's why I had to take the time off work. It's been a very long process, and I being from a very family orientated background, we could not leave her to suffer like that.
How old are you?
I'm 50. I'm older than you.
And how old's your wife?
She's 46, 47.
She's Indian as well, is she?
Yes, yeah.
Holy fuck. So what are you going to do then, man? What are you going to do?
Just take it easy.
I got a friend of mine, his mother, she's in her late 70s.
Yeah.
And she's had dementia Dementia won't kill you. You know that, don't you? Dementia will not kill you.
It can go on because my wife's grandmother had it till she was almost on the verge of 100. So she had it for about 20 years. Do
you want to be alive if you can't remember shit? That's what I can't.
No.
They reckon you've got long-term memory, short-term memory. There's two different memories you have.
Yeah.
You can
it's the short-term memory that is wiped out. The long-term, the very extreme long-term memories is what remains.
You want to hear the crazy thing about memories, Archie?
It's a very, very harsh, very, very harsh disease.
It is.
Yes, tell me.
So some scientists have been studying memories in the brain, and if we actually store memories, so like let's say your first kiss, Archie.
Yeah.
Is that something that's stored in your brain like a hard drive, or is that something that you simply recreate over time? And they say that you actually don't have the memory in your brain. You just remember the events that happened and you recreate them. And every time you remember something, it gets less accurate.
The thing that's so
Because
amazing is, your body recreates
crazy.
itself every 7
Rememory.
years. Like
Yeah,
your skeleton, your whole body, every cell in your body is new from 7 years. Like so
You're not even
thing
the same person. You're not the
what I
same
can't
person.
understand
the
is
brain
why do
doesn't
we
do
have
that, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. The brain doesn't regenerate, does it? It's just once it
No.
deteriorates, it just goes.
Yeah, but we only use a small part of our brain. The percentage we use is quite
100%
small.
right.
And
We've not mastered both sides, have we?
the thing is this.
From my memory.
You have memory. Look, I got to tell you this. The thing is with memory and that can you train yourself when you're in old age? Like in Japan, a lot of people learn piano or an instrument to try and keep that, they try and
keep the brain active enough to keep functioning.
Keep the concentration levels up.
Did
it helps.
They said apparently this is a bit unorthodox, but they say smoking. Apparently, the nicotine does something with the brain. Sometimes,
really,
smoking. The stupid thing is, everybody speaks badly about smoking, right? But the reality is, there's actually some health benefits in smoking. I don't know if you know this, Wizard, but they used to tell asthmatics to smoke.
Hey, Diego.
Joe's Money, $2 night wrist is an interesting guest. Nice bloke. Yeah, he's a great bloke.
Thank you very much.
Huh?
Also, crossword puzzles are good for dementia.
Light speed?
Yes,
crossword. Memory retention.
The name of the company of the headphones.
Marks.
I got you. My safe word is pickle.
Didn't mean to interrupt the panel.
Because I mean, your brain. It depends how it's stored, right? Yeah. And like I try to remember what's the name of this guy, and it took me like
$850
a month to come up with his name. I knew this guy who was a client of mine, who's a famous artist, and it took me a month or two to think of what his name was. It just came to me. It's kind of funny, like you put the request in, and then it comes to you.
Yeah.
See, I find I can remember idle gossip from years ago. Idle gossip.
Yeah.
I can't remember mathematical formulas or anything that's actually going to help me get ahead in life.
They say what is at the forefront of your brain, what is important to you at the time as you get older will stay there. The garbage will be there, but you won't really care about it. It'll be in there somewhere.
I find losing my short term a lot of times and then remembering it like weeks later.
But still in there.
Having no problem pulling up.
Mike is insane.
Are you scared of getting dementia yourself? This is a
hereditary illness. Of course I am. Yeah, I know. Of course I am.
How do you treat that then? What do you do to stop?
There's nothing. There's nothing. There's no cure. There's no cure.
No, well, that's not true.
First, you have to go get tested.
Firstly, there is dietary. I think some of these things, dietary helps. If you're eating bad food, it's not a help, is it?
No, they say don't smoke. Excessive drink, bad food. Basically, all your general fitness things.
Everything that makes you want to live a long time it stops you living a long time.
Even regular food.
Enjoy yourself. They say it's just like you want to remember. You want to go enjoy yourself and have memories. But those are the things that probably stop you having the memories later on in life.
Well, even regular food has certain levels of carcinogens in them. I mean, it's like
Super chat. Here we go. Hoff on Smash $2. Tim, did you at least Febreze that tracksuit yet? Good question.
Listen, I only wear it on the show, but it is like 8 hours.
But
OxyClean.
I'm gonna wash it tomorrow. I'm gonna wash it.
That's like wearing my black T-shirt. This is my black online T-shirt. I only put it on online.
Where's he gone? Where's Marcelo gone?
Wes, are you getting
is it full Russian tuxedo, Timmy?
Yeah, no, I'm wearing jeans.
Oh, Night Watchman, are you gonna go get tested?
I should do. I'm a bit worried about getting done.
Want to know? Do you really want to know?
No,
I don't want to know.
That's the problem. My old man passed away, and he had it for a few years.
Oh,
and they said to my sister and I, you guys should go test it. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to know? If it's gonna do it, let it do it. I don't want to know and then worry when the fuck it's gonna hit, right?
Oh, but seeing what it does is just horrible.
No,
I
it
actually
is.
said, this is just between us. No one's watching, right? No one's watching this, right? So I just said to my wife, I said, look, if there ever happens to be, just hire some kind of assassin and get me knocked out. I don't want to go through that.
If you guys had, if someone said I can give you a free 100% body scan, we'll find anything wrong with you. You don't have to pay a dime. Would you take it?
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I wouldn't believe them first
because they're going to find
I wouldn't believe anyone who told me that in the first place.
Yeah,
they're going to find something.
A bunch of baloney.
Humble pie. Fuck. I only remember people who made offensive comments about me, like someone saying only douchebags buy glass suits.
Attaboy, Humble Pine.
Humble Pine. I love it.
Not
you know
to be
what? I'm
confused
fucking
with the Pine Barren.
You know, I'm coming up to 50 this year. I don't want to get prostate cancer. I don't want to get liver cancer. I don't want to get any of these cancers. I want to. I'm scared.
Why not?
Archie, you're doing good, my man. You're 49. You're doing good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to trim. By the way, I'm 126.8. I'm the lightest I've been, but I had a
Awesome.
couple of those.
Awesome.
Good job, Archie. Good job.
Chocolate bars. Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I'm looking forward to
hard.
seeing you in London, actually. I tell you, Archie, I'm looking forward to seeing you in London. We'll have a few drinks, you, Timmy, whoever you want to. Forget the flexers. We'll all sit down and have a nice drink and a meal.
Hey, Diego.
Exactly. Right.
Ron the
100%.
The scan would diagnose Diego with this tiny wiener, but tell him his sister didn't complain about it. Tell him, Diego. Don't be shy. Let him know.
A little bit. They said I'm diagnosed with a tiny wiener, but my sister didn't complain. There's some guy on here that always talks about like I fucked your mama, and I said, "You left your penis pump at my mama's."
And I said, I didn't forget it.
I got to tell you guys, you know what? It's all very fearful. There's so many things. I mean, how long are we supposed to live as humans? What are we like in the go back in the Middle Ages? You're lucky to survive to 40, wouldn't you?
Well, you're lucky to survive the 30s.
Yeah.
And then 60 became an old age. And I think one thing I think with dementia is that we're living a lot longer now. So the body is shutting down in different ways compared to earlier times. So that's why there's not much understanding.
Yeah, people are not supposed to live this long. We're supposed to die at 35.
Night Watchman, let me ask you this. What do you think of the idea of having safe queen watches then?
I hate the idea. I'm 100% against that.
Me too. Buy it, wear it, enjoy it. Fuck it.
If you're buying something as an investment, if you're buying something as a cold investment, which you don't even like and think this will go up, that's different. But if you love a watch, never put it in a safe. Just wear it. That's what
but see, sometimes you get the enjoyment of possessing it, knowing that some other bastard can't have it because you've taken it.
That's true. But it's still. I mean, you can. Would you? I mean, would you wear something like that? Is that you mean that's something you'd wear at home and just think, yes, I've got this, or just put it in the bank? I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Something I loved, I couldn't put in the bank. Something I thought this is an investment, I could put in the bank because I don't care. And if it was something like a Daytona or something which will go up in price, then I would wear it, and whatever deterioration it would get from being worn, I would take that hit. But I would still want to enjoy having that. Like yourself, you had the two-tone Daytona, didn't you? You must have loved having that, right?
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah. I fucking, of course I did.
Archie,
I love all that.
Your Maserati,
you've got the text you've got as well.
That thing has gone sky high too, man.
Look, you know what?
That's been up, hasn't
The
it?
thing is this, right? I got to be honest with you. You know what? If there's so many things, I couldn't afford to keep everything. Right? So I'm very lucky. I managed, because I sold all my Rolexes off, I got really depressed. I made an appeal and someone sold me this Submariner at cost.
And that's beautiful.
So that's kind of that's a value. I got the Explorer 2. You know what? Years ago, I had a Rolex collection, and I had a Day-Date. I had an Explorer 2 Polar, a Sub, a Datejust two-tone, and another sub, an older sub, as a beta. Those 5, right? And I think about it. I think the Explorer. I never really liked the GMT. I always preferred the Explorer 2, and I've got that Polar again. So I've got the new version of it. Yeah, that's cool. The sub date I thought was always a great watch. I always loved it. Whether it's date or no date doesn't really matter. I think that. And
It's
then
beautiful. Yeah.
you know, instead of having the date just, I'd rather have the Milgauss, the wind and wear with the blue. I love the blue. And I got to tell you, seriously, you know what? You look back at what I used to have and what I have now, and I got quite a 4 Patek. I sold the wrong fucking one. I should have kept that black dial one. That's gone through the roof as well. But you know what? I'm not selling any more now. I've said that's it. I'm not selling anymore.
Just move forward. Forward.
I can't make a car payment, then I'll have to sell one. But I think realistically, you know what? You can't look at it and say, if only. It's like real estate. You said you got properties, right? You would know yourself. Properties have exploded. There was a time when properties weren't fucking doing fuck all. They weren't going anywhere.
No.
They just, people said, don't put money in properties. My dad put a lot of money.
But you say that, Archie, the capital gains taxes, they fuck you one way or the other.
You don't have
in the
capital
States,
gains
though,
tax
it's
in
2
England, do
years.
you?
In the States,
we do, yeah. Of course we do.
What's the
But
limit
thing
in
is-
England?
But you know, the thing is, my dad put a lot of money in England. He put it into Royal Bank of Scotland. That bank nearly went bankrupt.
Oh, that tanked. Yeah, they
That
sold
was
out.
a-
To
that
the
was
government,
fucked.
English government. Yeah.
That was
In the States, we
absolute-
don't pay capital gains if you've lived there for 2 years out of 5
that's
as your
principal
primary
place of
residence.
residence. But
If you buy an investment property, you have to pay. Yeah, you have to pay capital gains on it. That's
Well,
what I
you
mean.
guys,
Yeah,
the
when you
worst
buy-
thing England's got is fucking death duties. That is fucking ridiculous. We don't
Yeah,
have death
40%
duties.
inheritance tax. Yeah, it's crazy.
I know. My dad got his sister died. He got 800,000 pounds. He had to pay everything over 400,000 pounds is 40% inheritance tax. They fucking cleaned up. You know that?
They offer you a bridging loan, they say, and it's just ridiculous. It's just pathetic. Yeah. So, like, my father got me into property. He had property, so I followed suit and worked, and it just like when I'll tell you what, when they say, I've always thought property is a very the safest houses, they say, right here anyway.
Yeah.
But when with the new watch thing where you can buy, say, even like a overlist watch for £40,000 and it turns into £80,000 2 months down the line.
Yeah, but this is just speculating. This is speculating.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's all
gambling.
yeah.
You could go to the casino as well. You could always go to the casino.
It's true.
You know, this is
but the safest housing. Bricks and mortar is the best way. That's what I think. But I'd like to have invest possibly that way as well, because they've got back money in the bank as well. Which is
can I ask you this? Okay, so you're a millionaire, right?
No. Well, okay. In terms of, explain what do you mean by millionaire?
Well, you have over 1 million US. If you take your total assets, take off the loans, you've got over £1 million.
Okay, I'm close to you.
According to your chart, we're all very, very, very poor.
Okay, so you got over £1 million. That's like 2 million Australian, right?
Right.
Why don't you start enjoying that money now? What do you want to do with yourself? There's no point waiting. If you can't stand your wife, tell her to fuck off.
All right, my wife is the best. So,
but if you can't, if you want to buy a Mercedes or a Bentley, why don't you buy the fucking thing?
And now I'm bored of cars. I love your car though. What you bought is awesome. I think what you got was.
Are you saying 2 days listening to Archie's car talk and you got bored of cars?
What cars
What I'm saying is,
yourself? What cars did you like?
I've never been that much into. I had an E36 318 IS. That's the only BMW I owned.
I love the E36. You know, I went to the launch of the E36.
Did you?
You know, the thing is, the E36. It's not considered. Enthusiasts love the E30 and they love the E46. But I think the E36, when it came out, it was fucking revolutionary.
Yeah.
It was so advanced.
It was so
right?
different. Yeah, it was different. But the thing is, they thought what it was is one model looked like another. So the M3 was pretty much an E36 with a couple of bits bolted on, and the enthusiasts loved the M3 to look so different from the base model. And
yeah, no, but it was the
that's why I
E36 was amazing. It was so
It
advanced.
was. I loved it. I loved my E36. I loved
What
my
year
E36.
did you have your E36?
Oh, it's a 98, I think it was. 98.
Okay, it's
It
one
was
of
a
the later
98
ones.
model.
So,
Yeah.
so it was a 4-door one you had.
No, it was a coupe. It was a 318 IS. So it's a coupe.
Oh, you had
two-door.
the fucking IS with the pillarless doors.
Yeah.
They were incredible.
I
I
did
love the
love that
alloys
car.
on that. Why don't
Yeah,
you buy
I did
another
love
one
that.
then? Buy a 420i. That's the replacement to the 318 IS. Would be a 420i.
To me, I love
No, but
cars.
if we're
They don't
talking
mean that
about
much to me
in 10
anymore.
years' time, you're going to be taking food through a straw.
Yeah, okay, but
Okay,
I'd rather
why
have a
don't
nicer
you?
watch than
But why don't you?
a nicer car.
Seriously, this is what I've started to realize. You know what? For me, this is what my dad said to me. So my dad, he's in his. So he was born in 1948.
Okay. Yeah.
So he's mid-70s.
Yeah, so it's the same year as my mum, 48, actually. My dad was 41.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my dad, I said to him, why don't you fuck as many women as you can? If you want to buy the Mercedes, buy the Mercedes. You want to buy this, do it. Because in 5 years' time, it really isn't going to matter probably. In 10 years, you may not even be a living. Like he said to me, he doesn't invest money. Like he won't buy property now. My dad made a lot of money in property. He said he won't buy property now because he can't afford to wait 5 to 10 years for the gains. Like if the market went bad, to recover, he can't wait 5 to 10 because he doesn't have fucking 5 to 10 anymore. You understand?
Yeah.
So in your case, what do you want to do with your life? What is it that makes you happy?
What makes me
I
happy?
tell you this now. Let me tell you this. You know, people talk about dementia and that, right? Then what they say is if you don't keep your brain active, that helps with dementia. And also shift work is also very bad too because it fucks up with your concept of night and day and your REM sleep.
Biorhythms. Yeah, your biorhythms get completely wiped out. Yeah.
So let me say this to you, right? Why don't you do things that give you pleasure? If seeing a fucking hooker once a week makes you happy,
He's married, man.
fucking do it's so fucking what, wizard? What
I
the fuck?
I watch Tim's channel and your
Cruise.
channel. What more could I want to do?
Say you really enjoy having a nice car. Get the fucking thing.
I'm okay. I think I've got over the. I haven't. I mean, you may laugh at. You may laugh at this. I have an Audi TT. I love that car.
I love the TT. What's wrong with the TT? What's there to laugh at?
No,
I love the TT.
I love it, but there's a lot of hate from people. There's a hairdresser's car. It's this, that. It's
You know what? I don't listen to other
I love it, and I don't want to get rid of it.
No, Watchman. Don't ever listen to other fuckwits, okay? I love the TT. You know what other car I really love?
Another drink, Arch? Have one with me.
I will have one.
Okay.
You know what car I really want to buy? I really want to get an MX-5, Mazda Miata.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, people say hairdresser car. Hey, you know what? Fuck off. Fuck off.
Fuck them.
Fuck
them. Yeah.
Dynamics. It's
Dude,
front
the
engine,
new ones are really
rear
cool.
wheel drive, front steer. I want a manual. I want a stick.
Yeah.
And
stick.
you know what?
Exactly.
I don't like the current one. I like the previous one. I'm waiting for the new model because I'm thinking they could be. You know what? I tell you seriously, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. You only live once. What is it like? Like honestly, I gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I had people I know who have died, and they stay in a bad marriage, or they stay here, they stay there. You know what? I would love to fuck. I lived in Thailand when I was in my 30s. I lived in Thailand for 2 years. It was
You know what that means?
What's that?
You got laid, relayed, delayed, overlaid, parlayed, and marmalade.
And, yeah, I tell you what, man. I was working. Look, it would just changed my perception of the world. Like you think the world revolves around England or London, right? You live in another country, you suddenly realize London is nothing.
Yeah. As you get older, you realize you do. Yeah, as you get older, you realize you were a
But
little
you meet
dot
people who've
on a
never
big globe,
traveled.
yeah.
They think the whole world is them. They don't
Yes,
understand
yes.
their perception. I tell you this, you got to realize, I've started to realize this myself. Like people talk about investment. What's the best this? What's the, you know what I say to people? I don't give a fuck anymore. I really don't give a fuck. Like people like Tim really fucking irritate me. He fucking annoys me.
I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to train him. I'm trying to get him to understand.
We're trying, Archie.
It's hard. We're all trying, Archie.
It's
hard. I think
know.
you're the one who can possibly tell him, but we try. We all try our hardest with him. He's a good guy, but we do try.
I got to say, you've got to really realize I don't give a fuck about investment things. I really, I got a lot of time for James, you know, Showcase Watches. I really like his outlook. And
Jamie Opulence as well, a good guy.
Jamie Opulence is brilliant. You know, that guy there did amazing things. And I've got to say to you, in life, you start to realize we're not going to be here forever.
Yep.
And actually, someone said to me, what would you do if you had 100 million or 10 million, whatever the fuck, right? You know, I honestly said, you know, I'd actually, if I had unlimited money, look, you'd probably buy a nicer house. Of course you would, right?
Yeah.
But eventually you start realizing, you know what? I'd like to set up a little camp for homeless or try and help other people. You know what I mean? It's not always about you. Eventually you say, you know what? Super chat, Thomas Burdett, £1.80, night watchman. What sort of watches are you into? He's into Rolex.
I like a Rolex. I've got a couple of Amigas and one. I've got rid of most of my Tudors actually, traded them in, and one Breitling, which my wife bought me on an anniversary, so I'll never get rid of that. Those are the watches I love. Rolex there is something about Rolex. I mean, AP and Patek, that's the next level. I don't think I'll ever climb it. I don't care about that either. Like you say, Archie, you know what happiness, what the best investment is it happiness.
That's right.
Yeah. Because I mean, the
where
whole
you
thing
should invest your money. Wherever you invest your time, your money in happiness.
You know, you were talking about how the TT's a hairdresser's car. People, they say it's not respected, right? The funny thing is, I've traveled to Asia a lot, right? Oh, Wizard, you're going. See you later, Wizard.
You boys tomorrow night.
Love you, Wizard. We love you.
Love you too, Pontus.
Tell my mother I said hey.
$1.
Tell your sister I'll be there tomorrow, Diego.
Hey, I got to tell you this.
Yeah.
The funny thing is with these things, right? You got to realize this. I've been to Singapore. It's funny how people treat things differently according to money. Like I've seen Doug DeMiro and Hoovy, they'll thrash a car that I would say, oh, I remember when they were so dear, like a Benz and E-Class, they'll treat it like shit because it's worth nothing in their country. Yeah. Whereas you go to a country like Singapore, a 318i is $200,000.
Yeah.
Singaporean. So that's like £100,000.
It's a big deal.
You know, and people, oh, it's this. They treat you like a god to have one, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's the same car. It's just the perception they have.
Yes. Yeah.
And
it's like your OP, isn't it? With the Tiffany dial. It's the same fucking watch with a different color dial, and everyone goes crazy over it. Yeah. I
got to tell you, man, you've got to work it out. You've got to do this yourself. You've got to work out what is great for you. People criticize, like the UK. You've also they're a bunch of cunts in the UK.
Yep, plenty.
There's a bunch of them.
Always
lots of good guys, but plenty cunts as well. Yeah.
Like a lot of
plenty
people
of good guys, but
criticize
lots of cunts.
The Boxster, you know, the Boxster, the Porsche. They say, oh, it's not a real Porsche.
Oh, I like the Boxsters and the Cayman.
But a lot
as well.
of working class Brits, they can be really nasty. I know this working class bit. When I got my first BMW, it was a 318. He said, oh, that's just a German Cortina.
Oh, really?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
You go and buy one then. You know, they're just nasty. These Brits, the working class Brits, they've always take you down a peg. You know, they're just really... It took me a long time to realize, because I watched British TV all my life, right? And I thought Brits were nice. That's the posh Brits.
I know. I've known this story in the Cockney geezer that your aunt went out with. Yeah,
my real Brit's
plenty.
auntie
There's plenty of those guys. Yeah.
He
So
was a
my father, when he
skin.
came
He
in,
was a Nazi skin.
yeah,
You know,
Archie,
they're vicious cunts.
Where I used to live, there was so many football fans who were they were like neo-Nazi football fans. Yeah, and they would not. It was dangerous. This is where I used to live. Not just forget about going to places. You know, you had to go to the right. This is with your children. So, but you get used to it. You grow a thicker skin. You know, and but I agree with what you're saying. What basically I'm being is agreeing with what you're saying. It's not all, Sir David Niven. It's a lot of a lot of other types. Yeah.
Exactly. And I got to tell you, seriously, it's that's why I think realistically, you got to do what makes you happy. You can't fuck around. You only get one chance at this.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
Life is not a dress rehearsal.
Exactly.
When you've had like 20 near-death experiences like I have, and none of them really none of them hit home. You finally, after the final one, it hits you home, and you realize, fuck, I'm lucky to be alive. Every morning.
I think we've all, if
you
you've
wake
lived long
up.
enough, you've had a couple. I've had a couple, and after each one, you kind of think, I'm going to learn from this, and you forget, and then the next one comes along. But then with age, I agree with you, Mike. You're 100% right.
Tim,
you're very wise man.
Have you guys had near-death experiences?
How many
super chat.
has a man many who bathes and toilets him? Okie dokie. Thank you. Plastic.
Have you had a near-death experience, Archie?
Sorry?
Have you or Tim had a near-death experience? And if so, would you mind sharing?
I did. I was on an aeroplane. Remember, I was on a plane. Listen to this, okay? So
it
I'm not
couldn't
trying
take
to be
off.
racist here, but Thais, they don't waste money or petrol. It's like Indians. Indians won't waste money or fuel. They will. So when you've got an aeroplane that's dumping fuel, hang on a minute, we got a serious problem here because petrol is expensive. They're dumping it to make an emergency landing. You suddenly realize, hang on a minute, this is fucking serious, right?
Oh no.
Yep. They
So
don't dump
I was
fuel
wearing my
for-
Explorer 2 40 mil, and I was in the middle of a seat. It wasn't even a window seat. I could hug in. I was in the middle between two other guys. And I got to tell you, what can you do? You just pray. And you're thankful when you touch the ground. When you land, when you get out of it, you think, fuck, that was a close shave.
Is that the one that you had interview afterwards?
Yeah, that's the one. So, Tim, what's your near-death experience?
I don't think I had.
Buying the Speedmaster.
I don't know. I don't think I had one yet.
It was probably the other night when
when I got drunk. There you go. When I was on the live stream,
fell asleep on the.
Tim, if you haven't had one, that's a good thing. You're lucky. It's not like
no. I got so drunk. I was on the live stream, but
that's just getting drunk.
He saved my life. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
I had one.
He did save.
I almost lost my sermon too. We were sitting on the sidewalk just catching some breath, and this shady-looking guy sat down next to us. Luckily, Mathis looked at him and saw that he wasn't wearing a watch, and he said, "What are you doing here? You're not wearing a watch. Get out of here." So that guy kind of left us alone. But
yeah, you got to be sensible. You can't do stupid things. I try to.
No.
I used
to. They make you realize a lot of things, but then we do still make mistakes again. I've made mistakes again. I was assaulted by a group of about 10 people once, and luckily I'm here to tell the tale. But
so how did you survive that?
Well, they let me live. Obviously, they didn't kick the shit out of me enough to kill me.
So why did they do this? Why would they do this?
It was just a drunken argument, basically. Yeah. It wasn't even a big deal. It was just nothing. But The way, like the guy, basically people, and it wasn't it was not a race-related attack. It was just a bunch of twats. My fault for getting involved with the wrong people. Yeah, getting into an argument, altercation with the wrong kind of people. And that was it, really. Waiting for me outside, and they wanted to exert their
This is in
male
London?
dominance. This was up in Yorkshire when I was at university, so I actually transferred universities because of that. But
wow,
I had an airplane near-death experience too, Archie.
What happened?
I took off before the air traffic control tower
What sort of
opened.
plane, firstly? What sort of plane?
It was a Piper Warrior trainer aircraft.
Okay.
I was alone. Towers closed, so you're just making November blah 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 taxiing, and the radio wasn't working, and I wasn't aware. So I was making all my calls. I took off runway 20. My roommate was coming and landing on runway 2. So when I got back home, he was like, "Did you see me coming in on runway 2?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" So apparently the radio wasn't working near the airport, and we almost had a midair as I was taking off and he was coming in to land. I had no clue.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. It was
Don't
crazy.
they have that warning? Traffic, 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 traffic,
Not those
traffic.
planes. Not those planes. It was early morning. I mean, and who knows? I mean, could have been really bad.
You know those Cessna, do you ever watch Suzy Air?
No.
That's a story of this airline in Indonesia called Suzy Air. They're bush pilots. Fucking amazing. One of the hardest. They fly.
Oh, I got something for you, Archie.
Pilatuses.
Yeah,
caravans.
Pilatus.
They fly caravans. You know the caravans?
Yeah.
Pilatus.
Pilatus.
I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, that's it. They're a great aircraft.
Yeah, they are.
I try and be careful with myself, night watchman. I try and stay out of fights. I try and.
Oh, this is younger. This is going back 30 years plus. University.
Yeah.
You basically
I know,
it was
you do
local
silly
people.
things. I know what you're saying.
I was a
What's
uni
that?
guy, a uni student, and I got into an argument with locals who go to these uni things. Who just
That
wanna
a stick
prove-
for what? What kind of
F-18.
jet?
F-18. The Australians. Yeah.
Fucking
The Australians
cool.
used to fly these.
Very cool.
Yes. So, I got to tell you, there, Cessnas. A lot of these aircraft here, you don't get many chances to fix up a mistake. You're dead.
No, I had an alternator fail on me, but luckily I was like literally in the flare of a landing. The plane jolted like crazy.
Actually, Archie, there's a comment in the chat, 4-bit of a knife, that luckily, again, this is how stupid you are when you have a drunken argument. There was no knife. Luckily, no one was armed. Otherwise, I would be probably gone. But luckily, it was just a bunch of guys who just wanted to use their fists and stuff. Sorry.
In my airplane, I had an engine out at about 200, 300 feet after takeoff.
Fuck.
And, I was too high.
Did you do the impossible turn? You know what the impossible turn is?
I made
You know what they say in aircraft. You want to come in. You got to have speed and altitude. Speed and altitude. You can fix problems up, can't you?
Well,
Speed,
I was too high
low.
I was too high to make the runway. I would have overflown the runway, and I was too low to go around again. And so I did what's called a slip, where you crab the airplane, and I basically angled it down at a 45-degree angle with the plane as sideways as I could. I even had my instructor help me push on the rudder pedal. And I did the slip of all slips, and I landed at half runway at about 20 miles an hour over speed that I should have landed. And I hit the ground. I pushed through the ground effect, which makes you float right before you hit the ground. Pushed it through that, got it on the ground, slammed on the brakes, burnt the brakes out, and the plane stopped 6 feet short at the end of the runway with smoking brakes that ended up catching on fire and exploding one tire. This is my old plane that I owned. It was called a RV-12. And then
was it built with a CNC machine?
Yes, absolutely. I crashed.
That's like a little Cessna, isn't it?
It's a low wing plane, so it's more akin to a Piper.
Yes.
But I
Beautiful
crashed
aircraft.
twice
They're actually beautiful.
in my dad's Cessna. He had a Cessna 182, and we crashed twice. Once in Baja, where they hadn't finished. Every winter, the winter rains would wash out the runway. There'd be big ditches, from water. And my dad didn't know, and he landed and dove into a big ditch, and we nosedived into that, and I went flying out the front of the windshield, and I was okay though. And then another time, my dad forgot to put the oil cap on. We took off, and the oil came up and covered the windshield, so he was completely blind. We landed on the runway, not on the runway, but on the grass next to the runway, and he hit the runway was 6 inches above the ground, asphalt, and he hit that, and again we stopped abruptly, broke the nose off the front off the plane. There was that aviation experience. Those three aviation experiences that were near death. But the closest one was my engine out, because that was a dead stick, one chance only landing, and I got to check both those things off of my list on my because I was taking lessons, and so I got my downwind landing and my dead stick landing both checked off that day in that incident. And later on, I sold the plane, and 2 years later,
he died.
The guy bought my plane, had the same engine out problem, and crashed and killed, and was killed in my plane.
Oh, wow.
Guys, I'm going to wrap this baby up. Are you running a show, Tim?
Yeah, I'm going to set up a show. Give me a second.
Lord.
Yes, sir.
I think it's best just to take commercial. After listening to these plane stories, I'll just take commercial,
Yeah, don't let Mike's dad fly you around.
Yeah, just don't fly with me. Just don't fly with me or my dad.
I gotta say to you, night watchman. So, what industry are you normally when you're working? What do you work at?
Well, telecommunications. I was middle management and just process manager.
Would you go back into that?
In the middle. I don't mind. I think I might do, because I'm in a position now where mum is okay, dad is in care, so we've managed to help him out, and I wouldn't. I'm happy. I would love to. I mean, I wouldn't mind going back into that. I don't have to, but I think
have you thought about buying a 911 Porsche?
Ooh. I have thought about buying a 911 Porsche, but
wouldn't it be great to do a factory delivery program? You pick it up from the factory in Stuttgart and drive through Germany.
For me, no. I've known people who've done that. Actually, I've known people who've done that with BMWs, not with Porsches. Yes. Who've gone and got the, but not Munich, for me. I'm not. What happened was I actually had a quite. I don't mean to sound like a bad luck case. I had quite a serious accident 10 years ago, and I like driving, but not so much anymore. I like to have a nice car, but nothing that can kill me, if you see what I mean. I got into a serious collision once that involved 10 cars, and it was just wasn't my fault. Yeah. So it was just it plays on your mind.
That's a disaster, man.
I know.
Okay. Hopefully the room will be back.
Hopefully, Archie, I didn't bring the show down with sad stories, but
no, that's okay. It's life there. Lord, enjoy your Reverso, man.
Thank you.
Snake, I'm going to be doing another car show tomorrow. We'll see how it goes there. It hasn't been that successful.
Yeah, I undoubtedly will be there.
It was entertaining, though. I mean? It was entertaining.
We got to do a poll for the name of this guy. I'm thinking Archie.
Yeah, it's very cool, man. Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. I got to shoot off. Take it easy.
Take care, guys. I'll see you.
Thanks.